Hey everybody. Hey Mike. Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and I under my chair. Welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and we're continuing on with our playthrough of Zerywia. Zerywia. I have to sound it out before I say it, or else I'm gonna screw it up every time. Zerywia. Um, so we're going into the second scenario of the Ughmor's Mask, but like I said, I'm treating them as standalone only because I want you to see the variances of the starting characters. Coming up in, I believe tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow's when the Kickstarter is supposed to open. So I want to play through some stuff, let you see if it's still a game that you are interested in backing. I want to go through all of Ughmor's Mask. I've got the other scenarios too, so I plan to, I'll play those, and if there's interest, I'll put those on the channel as well so that you can all play them with me. But I'm going just through Ughmor's Mask. Last time you kind of saw the missions that we're going through, the test that we did. And now we're including a herald in this one, I believe, from what the rules say. But as an added surprise, I'm also going to be adding in one of the dungeon delves, which is part of the Playing Legends expansion. That is also going to be part of Kickstarter. So you can see how that plays and if that is something that you would like to add to your pledge should you decide to pledge the game. So hey Mike, what's going on? Pull up a chair, pull up a chair. Alright, before we get started, I got some stuff to run through. I may have 10 billion post-it stickies on my rule book, but I still get stuff wrong. I'm human, right? I still miss stuff. But what's really awesome is that the community is there to say, hey, you missed this thing. Hey, you got to make sure you get this thing right. Hey, don't miss out on this, or that rule was wrong, or you need to do this differently. What seems to come across, though, and this is probably something I need to work on, is it's really hard, and I can't. I think it's one of the community members actually told me once. He said it's very difficult to have a conversation over text, and it's true because inference is lost, tone is lost, intent is lost, and people can just adapt that, oh, that felt kind of harsh, so obviously they're angry. And that wasn't the case at all. The reason why I say that is to basically say, if you post a comment and I reply with incorrect or something else, I'm not attacking you, I'm not pissed, I'm not angry, I'm just kind of seeing like, oh, this is the way that I saw it in the rulebook, but then afterwards I go look and I'm like, oh, you were right, and then go through it. So while I don't want intention, I guess that's the thing. If you ever write a comment and I respond to it, don't ever take it as me being angry or hostile or upset. I don't want that moniker. I hate that moniker when it comes to me, so I try not to do it. So therefore, just take it in the scope of I'm thinking like, oh, well, incorrect. That shouldn't be right. Not, you're wrong, incorrect. So just kind of think that if you see replies from me that make you feel, oh, maybe I'm pissing him off. Maybe I should back off. No, I don't want you to back off. I want you to say what you got to say so that I can double check myself and say whether, okay, I've been playing it right or I've been playing it wrong, so that somebody who comes and joins on the channel or finds this video in the, in the annals of YouTube that says, oh, okay, yeah, I see where he did that wrong, and he said that he did it wrong, and we all kind of banded together. What if I have subtitles on? You're wrong, shaking fist at screen. So don't ever take it as me being upset. I'm not. It's just a game. I'm not gonna be upset with you over a board game. I promise. There so many other things in the world today that we need to be upset about rather than this. This is just a safe space for us to come, play some games, and have some fun. Okay, with that in mind, I did make some mistakes in the first video, and I think I was good in the second video, but I made some mistakes in the first video that just were caught by, and I want to call out Rando Thomas. Thank you so much for pointing out some of them. One, the first thing that was incorrect was where the Sventabid starts. It is very clear. It is not very clearly outlined in the rule book, but if you look into it, you'll see where those errors are, and I'll talk about that when we get down to the table to show you exactly where that error occurred, so that we can so that you have that information moving forward. 2, whenever we're doing tests, which I cleared this up in the second episode, but I'm just going to restate it again. If something says test like vigor and instinct, you don't roll them all at once. You test vigor and then you test instinct. You don't do both together. You just do them separately. You can roll all the dice together, but just consider them 2 separate tests, whether you pass or you fail. How it goes. I would probably say don't do that because you won't be able to use your rune abilities the best way that you want to. So just be careful. Roll them separately. That's how it's supposed to be. What else did I miss? I missed something else. Something. I can't remember. I think I put 3. I pinned it to the first video, the 3 things that were the errors that were caught, and those have been resolved. Those will be resolved as we play going forward. I think everyone knows you're an adult, Canje. You the man. Oh, I don't want people. I mean, not a lot of people know who I am, right? So I'm still young in the content creator space. So I don't want people to think I'm gonna get. I will. Just a game, man. I'm not gonna get angry with you over a game. I'll get competitive, but I won't get angry. Competitive and good fun, of course. All right, so we're going to dive into this game. We're going to play a dungeon delve from Legends. Legends is basically a dungeon dive that comes with this one card that tells you how to play it. One card. That's it. One card. Front to back, chock full of the smallest text that I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. You gotta put this in a rule book or a side page or something. This ain't cutting it. Anyway, but we'll get into it. We'll see what that looks like, and then we'll dive into scenario 2 so you can see that as well. Vacation day. So we're gonna try this out and see how this goes. Let's. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you so much. Thank you to my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you as well. And if you're neither and just coming by to check this out, welcome. Thank you as well. Pull up a chair. There's so much space at the table for you to hop in and us all to hang out together. So let's get some information and then get on the table. All right. So Zerywia. 8.1 on Board Game Geek. I'm probably still saying it wrong, and everybody that is Polish hates my life. So 2021, it came to backers and then late pledgers came this year. I got mine 2 weeks ago. Dove into it, played it, really enjoyed it. But fulfill Slavic Sagas in a card-driven narrative adventure campaign. All that is me. All that is my genre. 88 people so far, so one other person has written it, which is great. Hey Canje, I'm home from school today. Had some oral surgery this morning. Ooh. I'm so sorry, Brian. I'm so sorry, but you got a space at the table, pull up a chair, and we'll play. We won't ask you to say much, right, if you don't want to. But, yeah, to be honest, I have no idea, so I'll just pronounce it out. In the unboxing, I went to Google Translator, and I played the sound of how you're supposed to say the name, and I was told that was wrong. So, all right. 1 to 4 players. Community says 1 to 3. Best played solo or 2-player. You can play this game true solo if you want to, which is what I'm going to do. So you can see it from a true solo perspective. I will not play with more than 1 character, only because there's too much nuance to keep up with. But they are very skilled individuals. You're all very skilled individuals who can play this game with probably all 4 characters and not bat an eye at it. I'm just not that guy. But you all can be. Ooh, wisdom teeth. I remember when I had my 2 bottom wisdom teeth removed. I was laid out for like 2 days. I'm a big baby when it comes to surgery, so I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better, Yogi. I really hope you feel better. Brian. Brian was the one who got it. I hope you feel better, Brian. Let's see. So we've got 45 minutes to 150 minutes. I go longer because I like to explain things so you understand what's happening. And just in case the chat sees anything I'm doing incorrect, they can point it out before I move too fast, right? So I'll say 4 hours. Sure, let's keep it safe. Age says 13 plus. The community says 12 plus can play this game. Weight's about a 3.38 out of 5. I'm slowly agreeing to that, but we'll see how the Herald plays. I have not played any scenarios with the Herald. I have no idea how to play the Herald. So we're going to figure it out together and go through the phone. I needed a dead tooth removed. Oh, man. That means I had to pull out the nerve, too. Oh. Ah. That sounds awful. So the designer Dominic, who he does answer questions on Board Game Geek's forum from time to time, but he's busy because he's the only person on this and sending out, and he is doing fulfillment himself, right? That he's putting all his focus on that to get everybody their game, and then but from time to time he does answer questions on Board Game Geek. He did the art as well for the game and published Koliba Publishing. When you see Koliba Publishing, people will be like, "Oh, it's a there's a publisher that does this." No, that's him. That is him doing that. Big rhinos, Brian. All right, so we've got some information. Let's get down to the table. I'll show you some stuff that comes up on where the start is, one of the errors that I had that I'll fix, and then we'll deal with the rest, but let's get down to the table. All right, so we've got the table up, and we're going to be going through a delve, which is a series of cards that you play, and all the delve is, and I've got the card here that I'll be able to show, but all the delve is just a series of tests. And should you pass the test, you get an item at the end that you could take on to the next scenario. Delves are supposed to be, I call them delves, but let's call them legend, right? If you look at a Kickstarter, it's called Legend. And so it says, Cards of Legends is an expansion that was created thanks to backers of the Zerywia campaign on Westperum.to. I don't know what that is. And Kickstarter. The add-on can be implemented into a campaign or an Epos game mode campaign. Solo, single play. It is a completely voluntary form of enriching the gameplay with a story layer, which brings certain rewards but does not significantly influence the chances of success during the played scenarios. Legends is a sort of mini-game built from a pack of cards numbered and marked with a common reverse similar set of sagas, which is these that you see here. After each scenario has been played, so telling you when you can play them, after each scenario has been played, the heroes may declare an adventure to one of the legendary places of Zerywia. Oh, dang it. Zerywia. If I say it too fast, I'm going to screw it up. They then draw or choose which adventures they will play, and starting with the entrance card marked with the symbol of the entrance to the ruins on the reverse side, they deal subsequent cards following the instructions in the text. Cool. The Legend of the Citadel of Silence, Shadow Bay, cannot be played by heroes until they reach the firstborn scenario. We are not there, so I've taken that one out. It is an alternative way to end the game and is played instead of the epic battle with the Herald, but they misspelled Herald. Like Herald, like a person named Harold. Only when you reach the last legend card, you start the epic battle. Alright, so that's that side. That's kind of the introduction. Then it says, any legend can be played at any stage of a campaign or epos, or solo, or single play. If heroes fail to complete a legend, they have the right to return it and play it again from the beginning at a different time. If you do not want the loss of attributes and tokens to affect scenarios, restore them before you play the next scenario. Straight up. So it's just kind of a side mission, and you go rest and recoup. They break down kind of what's on here, and I'll talk about that when I show the cards. Matter of fact, let me show one now. Hey Adam, what's going on? Pull up a chair. So let me show you one now. So this is what the starter one looks like, right? And each one has a different image and a different background. This is just the one I chose. And there is the cave entrance to let you know that's where you begin. You flip it over, and this is the Barrel of Living Stone. So what you see here is, and I need my pencil, a pink pencil, because okay. This is a card number or entry symbol. So that is the entry symbol that's right here. This is the name of the card, which is the Barrel of the Living Stone that we're going into. The story description, which is here. So it says, huge stone statues look at you. From the inside of the tunnel, you can hear the tired hollow of the wind And with that chill, you can barely bend your fingers at the joints. Entering the tomb, you reach a large grotto, the floor of which is torn by a chasm. There is a hanging platform to the other end, but there are also rock stairs leading to the lower levels of the mound. Make a hard willpower test. Who knows how many daredevils have already been devoured by this? So, number 3 is the story descriptions with instructions on what you need to do to move on and achieve a particular effect. Okay, so it says I need to make a hard willpower test, which means I need to get 2 pierce on a willpower die. So then, where are we? 4, which is a graphical 4, which is this, is a graphically presented form of the requirement to go to the location indicated by the arrows. So that means what it's basically saying is, here you see this arrow that's here, it's saying if I pass this hard test, I go to the rocky stair. Otherwise, I go to the hanging bridge. Hey Greg, what's going on? Pull up a chair. All right, so that makes sense. 5 and 6, available location that you can go to from the current location. Unless indicated by an arrow and described by other requirements, you are always free to go to that location, and even you have to if you fail the test. What? Available locations that you can go to from the current location. Okay? Unless indicated by an arrow and described by requirements, you are always free to go to that location. And even you have to if you fail the test. So I think this is probably another set of confusing things for me. Because this is saying, I'll read it again. So 5 and 6, so this is 5, that's 6. It says, available locations that you can go to from the current location. Okay, cool. Card 1A or card 1B. Unless indicated by an arrow and described by other requirements, you are always free to go. Okay. So unless indicated by this arrow, so basically pass, fail, because of that arrow. That's what it's saying. Gotcha. All right. So it says, when playing Legends, we follow a few rules regarding game mechanics. Why is this not on the sheet of paper? Anyway. Legends are played over after the campaign save and before it is loaded into the next scenario. We already knew that. You can only play it between scenarios, not in a scenario. Heroes use their character board. As usual, playing a scenario, each legend card is dealt as a passage of time equal to 1 action. So that means each legend, so it says each legend card, is a passage of time equal to 1 action, which should be indicated on the character board for the time of day reference. However, heroes do not perform any action. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do what it says on the card. There's no cycle phase, so there's no Nyx phase, no camp phase. This is just keeping track of it because some cards tell us to do stuff if it's a specific time of day. That's why. As the characters complete the action of the night, they move seamlessly into the action of the dawn. So once I finish this, I then go back here. That's all it's saying. It's just because some cards have effects that happen as you travel through. All rules regarding tests and challenges apply. You can do whatever you want. And then tests on legend cards are multiplied for each hero. This means that for a test to be considered successful, each hero must perform it and succeed. Any excess pierce from a hero's test may be given as a rune to another hero who performs the test. So if you're going into the game playing multiplayer, then if I do that hard willpower test, and I get a crit and a pierce, that means I have 3 pierce, right? I can hand one of those, and I only needed 2. I can hand one of those to help the other person that I'm playing with. That's what that means. The same principle applies to challenges. Everyone takes a challenge individually. Surplus runes and results can be passed on to other heroes to help them out. The characters can abandon the adventure legend they are playing at any time and start preparing for the next scenario if they want to. If you do not want the loss of attributes and tokens to affect scenarios, restore them before you set up the next scenario. That is how you play a legend. So, with that in mind... Oh, and before we get to that, with that in mind, I want to see about the challenge structure. Here we go. Okay, I got the challenge structure quick card to use just in case. So this thing says I need to make a hard willpower test. Okay, so then we go to that challenge, which is the initiation. Reveal a challenge card, resolve any ambush or aura abilities. Sure, strengthen and or defile, engage enemy, determine the next challenge set. So remember, it's just that. Hero reaction. Wow, why is it so broken? It should not be this busted. It should tell you a little bit more. Alright, let's go to the book. Sorry, because this is where I have to go to my attribute tests on my page. So a hard test, at least 2 pierce results are needed. So after collecting all the dice from the test set, because it's a test, we get an auto blue because it's a willpower test. And it's an attribute test, so we'll get... I might stack the deck on this one. Because, and I'll introduce my character in a second so you can see. But I want to see if I can switch out. Before attempting a test, the hero can use their reaction, swapping one of the active Saga cards from the character board for a different one available one. The price of this is 1 point of the attribute provided. Cool. So, here's my character that I'm going to be using for this playthrough. I will be using Ughmor the Hungerer. So he has 5 vigor, 6 instinct, and 6 willpower. During your rest action, you can also summon a creature without paying its trophy cost. So we could just summon a creature. Yay. And on camp phase, we get 1 prime, 1 instinct, and 2 of any other. We can only have 2 weapons, 2 rituals, or 2 allies active at a time, which that is who he is. And when he goes to his dread form, he just looks like a yeti. It's the hungover guy, yeah. The Hungerer. The Hungerer comes with a lovely card for his main saga called Leshi, the Beast Tamer saga. This comes with him. This is part of his personal saga. Leshi looks fun. Leshi looks like he needs a hug. And it says, in a forest region, gain an instinct shield. He is an ally. He gives me a vigor die just off the bat, and if I crit on a vigor die, I gain 1 vigor rune and 1 vigor shield. So, yay. I also have Harpy. Harpy is the Offering Blade Saga. So you all, as a map phase, you can always spend 2 trophies instead of an offering. It's a weapon. It gives me a willpower die that I can reroll once. If I crit on it, I gain a vigor and an instinct rune. And I also decided to pick up for his. He has Protective Rhizome, Root Sentinel Saga. In I think that's a Primrose. I think that's a Primrose region. Remove enemy skull results, and any crit I make, I can gain a vigor or an instinct rune, and I get a shield. This is a ritual. Now, those were his starting weapons, right? For the one that I chose to go with for him as the extra, because I'm playing solo, I get an extra saga, basic saga item. I went with Koga, the element. So happy for you, Canje, that you can do what you love for the next week. I know, I'm so happy too. So I get Koga, the element. So it's an elemental blade saga. At the initiation step, spend instinct, yo gain or remove, instead of to gain or remove, an instinct shield from this challenge. That means if the enemy has a shield that is instinct, I can spend an instinct to remove it. It is a green die, that's why it's kind of see-through, and if I crit on the green, I gain either a vigor or an instinct or a willpower rune, and I can reroll it once, and it's a weapon. So Koga will be the one that's... Alright, cool. we're on this thing now. So we need to make a hard will test on here. So what we're starting with is I have Leshi, which is a red, Harpy, which is a blue, and a Protective Rhythm, which is a blue. So that means I get 2 more blues for a total of 3. You'd say to yourself, oh, well, what happens if Leshi wasn't there and you had another item that was a blue card? You can only have a max of 3. So you get 1 for the test, and then you get the other 2. So basically, I need 2 Pierce. Ugh. Ugh. Let's see. That looks like a failure. Can I use my... It's been a minute. Sorry, I was playing another game the other day that wiped my memory. So this is... After collecting the dice, re-roll any 1 die in the test, including Nick's die, for a spent offering token. Re-roll any one of the hero's dice for a spent prime point. Reroll any one of the hero dice for a spent journey token, or use any other ability influencing tests. The options above are limited only by the hero's resources. Other heroes can influence the test if they want to, so we are going to do that now after we roll. So we can... Yes, it does say I can do it. So I've got 1 free reroll because of this weapon. It does say I can do it. I just saw it. We're going to reroll it. Oh my gosh! Why, dice? Why? And I think that is... Can I spend an attribute to reroll? Is that what it's saying? Reroll any one of the hero's dice for a spent prime point. So I can spend the prime to reroll, see how it goes. So let's see. Let's do that. I'm going to spend the prime. I don't want to fail this. Let's try it again. There we go. Alright, so what are the outcomes? A skull is lose 1 point of the tested attribute. Okay, cool. So I lose 1 of those. But I got 2. I passed it. I am good. I am good. I passed it. So let's go back here. It says passing it. I go to the Rocky Stairs. So that is 1A. So I grab the 1A card that's here. Flip it over. Put it in. Descending carefully, the wind suddenly stops and it becomes unnaturally quiet. Reaching the bottom of the abyss, the outline of a statue looms at the edge of visibility. The musty smell intensifies and the air begins to stick to the skin like hot tar. The presence of the murk does not bode well, but the urge to examine the statue grows with each step. Make an easy willpower test. If you are unconcerned about the murk, you can always look for another way to the higher levels of the tomb. So, if we pass, we go to the defiled statue. If we fail, we go to the darkness and oblivion. Alright. So remember, we get 1 die. We get 1 for free, and then I still have my 2. So I'm still rolling 3. And I just need 1 pierce. I say just. Welcome to the die rolling. No! No! I get a reroll. I get a reroll. I get a reroll. I get a reroll. Okay. So that's my reroll. Alright. So what does that mean? What does the merc mean? The merc says remove 1 pierce with a merc symbol. So 1 pierce gets taken away from me, but it's an easy test. So I did pass it. Woo! So it's like reroll. Alright, so we're gonna go to 2A, the defiled statue, which means we don't see 1B. We're going to 2A. The defiled statue. Out of the darkness emerges a huge statue studded with sharp branches. The upper part shows the face of a bearded warrior screaming, while at the lower parts there is a black sticky liquid that flows from inside his guts. From the remains of creatures bathed in tar water, a bloodthirsty creature rises. Draw an enemy. Face it or leave this place by disappearing in the depths of the black mist. If we succeed, we get back a prime. Thank goodness for dice mitigation. So we're going to face an enemy. All right. So we're going to face an enemy. We're going to shuffle these up, which is the threat deck. I kind of already seeded it with kind of what we needed, so I'm going to shuffle up. That's the breed deck. This up. All right. Who are we fighting? We are fighting a ghoul. Oh, shoot. And I forgot to do the time stuff. We're on... Let's see. The barrow was morning. The rocky stairs was afternoon. The file statue we're on evening. We're on dusk. We're on dusk. At dusk, yay! And at night, the ghoul gains a vigor shield. Cool, so he gets a shield. Okay, so if he rolls a, and it doesn't say that he's defiled, right? It just says draw an enemy and face it. So if he rolls a skull, he's gonna hit me for vigor. If he rolls a merc, he'd hit me for a merc token, or he'll do merc. If I am wounded, he gets another shield, which sucks. So that means he had the potential of getting 2 shields. At ambush, at dusk, he gains a vigor shield, and I just need 1 vigor to beat him. Okay, good sir. You've come to the fight. Alright, so he gets his this. It does not say that he's defiled, it just says draw an enemy. We automatically get a vigor die because of Leshi at no cost. But I am gonna pay. I'm gonna pay 1 instinct to swap in. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna pay 1 willpower to get that. I have an ability, Mark of the Beast. Any hero, choose one of Gorby's allies, gain or remove 1 shield of the chosen ally banner type. Leshi is my banner. Yes. So, I'm going to use Gorby's initiation ability that says any hero during a challenge, choose one of my allies. Gain or remove 1 shield of the chosen ally's banner type. Leshi's my ally. Leshi's my buddy. Leshi is an ally. His banner type is red. And I just want to make sure I do that right, because I know somebody will be like, nope, 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 you screwed it up. And this is the first time I'm going through this challenge, so let's see. Leshi is an ally, I believe. Yes, Leshi is an ally. So his banner type is red, which means I'm going to use my Mark of the Beast feat. Get that crap out of there. And then we're just going to roll these dice. So, I am going to use this lovely thing down here to gain this and a rune that I need to. Then we flip this to its side. Then I have the flame, which really does nothing. But he rolled a skull, and a skull on his card does vigor damage, but I have a shield, so nope. No damage, and I have enough to beat him. So, I fight, I win, you die. Cool, cool, cool. If I succeed, I recover a prime. And I believe if I succeed, I get a trophy. So I'm just going to give myself a trophy. If I'm wrong, somebody will tell me. So I beat him. Alright, so let's go back to what we need to do. So we beat him, we recovered our prime, and we're going to 3A Lake of Murk. So that means we don't see 2B or 2C, whatever that was going to be. We're going to 3A, Lake of Murk. Lake of Murk. Wading waist deep in pitch black water, you realize that the only way to reach the end of this journey is to become one with the darkness that surrounds you. You close your eyes and you're completely immersed in the lake. Suddenly, something is wrapped around your legs and starts to pull you down. You are writhing like you are writhing like viper. You mean you're writhing like a viper, but it does nothing. With the last of your strength, you try to control your fear. Pass a hard test, but your hands, in an act of panic, are instinctively still looking for some piece of rock, a rope, anything that will allow you to emerge. Regardless of the test results, you receive a taint. So if we pass, we go to 4. If we fail, we go all the way back to the beginning. Alright, and we're gonna take a taint if we fail. Awesome. So, cool. Cool. 1, and then we have the 2 for here. So this is all willpower. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna vomit. Yaza! That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So a skull on this test says lose 1 point of the tested attribute, so I lose 1 more willpower. But I have a crit, which is 2 pierce, and then these 2, which is pierce this, so I got 4. 4 pierce. I passed that hard test. That's how you do it. So it says I pass it. Regardless if you of the test result, you receive a taint. A taint can't deal with it. So we'll put that one on instinct because I haven't used a lot of that yet. And we're going to 4. So we don't see 3B, but we see 4. Throne of Living Stone. With the last of your strength, you make your way through the prickly vines towards the warm glow. You emerge from among the branches and you see a clearing covered with human statues, each of which extends his hand towards the heart lying on the palm of a beautiful stone dryad. The sitting dryad opens his eyes and your body spasms with great pain. You watch in disbelief as you slowly turn into stone. You must face the challenge. If you defeated an enemy at the Defile statue, ignore Merc symbols in this challenge. And I did. Sweet. Ignore Merc symbols. Sweet. So, I need to pass a vigor, an instinct, and a willpower check. Okay, so I'm gonna spend 1 instinct to swap out. Yeah, I don't care if I take it. Swap that out to put in Koga so I can get my green. Okay, cool. Now, let's build this dice pool. We're dealing with this. I'm gonna pay 1 of this to get a red. Oh no, I get 1 automatically, sorry. Because of Leshi, I don't have to pay. I'll pay 1 to get this. 1 green. Do I have anything else I can use? I do not. And I do... Nope, I get a reroll on green and a reroll on blue. Oh my word. Okay. We beat it. You want to know how we beat it? Here's how we beat it. I got this crit that I'm going to use here to gain an instinct and a vigor rune. And then this flips to its flame side. And then I got that. Hey! Hey, there you go. Because according to this, it says crit symbols allow you to activate a critical card's ability or to discard an enemy shield token of the same type. after using a critical symbol, flip the used die over to the pierce symbol. So there we go. So I've got 1, and you're like, well, how were you able to do that? Harpy let me do it. Gain both of them, Vigor and Instinct rune. So I gain that. I will use that. I will use that. And this says that if you defeated an enemy at the defile statue, ignore the merc symbol in this challenge. Woohoo, I passed! So I passed it. Then it says, and let's go back to see what the outcome is. So it says if you pass, you get the item from this. So I grab this card, and this card has that item symbol at the bottom. So I flip it over, and what I get is a Heart of Stone. It is an item. At the initiation step of a challenge, break the Heart of Stone to add any 1 die to this challenge and recover all prime. In the Valley of Mounds region, you gain a region option if you go to the Valley of Mounds to cure all of your injuries if you want to do that. That is an awesome card that he will get. And that is a delve. That was a delve. 2 ABC, 3 AB, and 4. So that was 1 delve of the many that comes with the game. There's this many. There's this many delves, and this was just 1 of the many that are in here. So there's multiple different locations, and all the images are different. So what I just played was the Legends expansion that comes with this game. So when the Kickstarter happens, and it's supposed to happen tomorrow, if you see the expansion for Legends, that's what this is. And these are all the cards it comes with. So I just completed a delve. It gives you an item that you can take with you to the next scenario. So I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to put these away. And then we're going on to the next scenario. Cool, cool, cool. Cool! We did well. We did well. We did really, really well. Okay, so Canje, what'd you screw up, and how can we help? And show us what you did wrong so we can fix it. No problem. I can do that. If we go to the rule book here, we talked about the Centavid, right? This is one of them. This is the thing that I said that was clear as mud for me. So in here, it just kind of says the statue whose 4 faces gaze upon the one Thymor each is the time measuring mechanism of the game. It also informs the players of where and how the Dawnstones are located in it take effect. Mighty artifacts created, blah blah blah. As time passes, you spin it. You can get black stones on it, which loses its power, but it never says how to set it up, where to put it, where to turn it. Except when you scroll down to here. This Dawnstone is the Fate Stone. It's a prime. It starts at dusk. The statue faces there. The Lifestone, which is Instinct, starts at dawn. The Warstone Vigor starts at noon. And the Soulstone Will starts at night. So what does that mean? If we look on this board and we look at here, which is dawn, day, dusk, and night, that's how you start it. So I screwed up, but thank you so much, Rando Thomas, for pointing that out, that I was supposed to set those that way. So now I have them pointing to the proper directions that they're supposed to start off the game. That's how you're supposed to do it. Okay, now we're getting into our scenario setup. And let's go to the scenario book, because I don't like doing that. We will go here. So we're going into Ughmor's Mass, Raid of the Scorned. Ughmor's Mass Scenario 2. Barely have the elders of Zerywia lands focus their attention on the newly emerged Cult of the Oblivion when the shores of their lands come ablaze at the hands of scavengers. The Scorned tribes, wild dissenters, rob, pillage, and enslave the people of the 4 Thymors. Their black boats take their victims towards the Chasm of Oblivion. Hey, Azrael, how's it going? A cursed place where the priests of the ancient goddess Nyx perform their bloody monolith rituals. The chosen of Zerywia need to defend the lands from this barbaric onslaught and protect the 4 Exodus temples guarding the shorelines. So now it's time to deal. So gameplay prep. Continuing to say, sorry, we're not doing that. We're doing the one-off so you can see different characters and how they play. Preparing the lands. So hero's starting region will be at a stronghold. Cool. So let's find out where we're starting. So once again, we grab our God's Favor, shuffle it up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And we are starting through Yesha's Mark. So our chosen Thymor is the neural grounds of night. We're all the way over there. So as part of the determination phase in a challenge, any hero reroll Merc and gain a shield connected to the Dawn Store of the current Thymor. So that is a feat that we get because our God loves us so much. So I start in a stronghold, which is the Zora Stone of that Thymor, all the way over there. I did not have time to paint my mini, and I didn't have time to really paint Ughmor. And I know you can't see him all the way at the top, but I'm so sorry. I have an unlimited set of seating at the table, but the table's small. So think of it as every chair, any chair can fit at this table, but it's a small table. All right, so that's where we're going to start. So it says the hero starting region is at a stronghold. The herald is Ughmor, and the region that he will spawn in is the frozen debris. And the frozen debris field is here. That's here, right here. And that's him right here. That's him. Just you can't see him. That's him. I just haven't. I will paint him next time. I swear it. I swear it. I promise. He will get painting. Okay. So then what do we got? So it says Merc. Add 1 Merc token to each region with, and I want to say those symbols right because I said I thought that was Primrose. It was Primrose. I'm right. Oh no, it's Prime Source. Prime Source. So add 1 Merc token to each region with Prime Source, with the Shroud, and with the Hollows, which I have already done all around. As you can see, each region has 3 in them. 1, 2, 3 that are there that need to be there. This one here is the Shroud and the frozen debris that has it. All right, next up, threat. Each coastal region adjacent to the Venetian Sea gains a threat. So this is the Venetian Sea. So every coastal one will gain threat, as you can see here. Every coastal one has threat associated. Coastal region has threat associated with it. Goes here. Move this here so it's not confusing. All right, so we're in a bad state here. All right, then increase the threat. We will let the unpainted mini slide for now. Thank you, Sir Brian. So increase the threat in each. That region is called Exus. In each Exus region, increase the threat, which means it turns into an incursion. So each area has 1 Exus symbol. So Uthor Blaze gets an incursion. The Vid's Tangle gets an incursion. That's a stronghold. Here. The Heart of Stribog gets an incursion. And where's the Exus over here? Here. Vatra's Flame gets an incursion. Incursions are kind of like Merc Rifts. They're just harder threat. Okay. So, place a garrison token on each stronghold region. So, a garrison token here. A garrison token... There should be one over here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It should... Here. There's one here. I put it there. There's one here where I am, where I'm starting, because that's a stronghold. And one is here on Thunderforge. And if you want to know what the garrison tokens look like, they look like this. That's what they look like. Okay. Then it says, place the incursion Merkref garrison and watchtower token saved from previous scenarios and Thymors occupied by hero. The players determine specific regions together. in previous scenarios. Like I said, we're treating this as a standalone, so we can ignore that. Place the save dawn stones in the Chasm of Oblivion on the ritual once again. If you're playing it as a full-on scenario, a campaign, you could do that, but we're doing a standalone, so we can ignore that. Then we're preparing the decks. Enemy and breed decks, add the Scorned cards into the deck, which is this. Scorned cards, and I'll show you one that isn't green. Scorned cards are these cards, and how do you know that they're scorned? Well, one, they say scorned right here. The other, they have this symbol, and that symbol means the scorn. That's how you know. Okay. What else we got? I got the deck right here. So then it says, okay, enemy cards with one. So that's the deck. That's the enemy and breed deck. Enemy cards with 1 trophy value. Cards with 1 trophy value, and add 1 card with 2 trophy values, and then the remaining becomes the breed deck. So these are cards with I've separated these out, and I'll shuffle them for shenanigans, but all of them just have 1 trophy in them. Sure. Yep, all of them have 1 trophy. And you're like, what the heck is a trophy? For people who are just joining, trophies are what these are. That's what you get for beating them. That's what that is right there. I will not. Hey, Dan. And this is the 2 trophy decks. I'm going to pull out the hero ones because it just asked for 2 trophy ones. And then we'll shuffle this. Here we go. So these ones have 2 trophies on them. We'll shuffle these up and grab one and throw it in that deck. Shuffle these up real good. And then I'll fan it out, and I'll say this one. 2 trophier. I'm not looking at what it is. We'll figure it out if we draw it. And then the rest of this gets shuffled into here to make the breed deck. For people who do hate the troll of my voice and just curious of how the game plays, the breed deck is if you fail to defeat an enemy challenge, you have to feed the breed, which means you grab a card from this deck and shuffle it into the enemy deck, making it that much harder. And this game contains some elite enemies that you have to fight, which are pretty nasty. So I don't want to do that. All right. We will wait. Alright. Yeah, the one thing I really love about this game is that it's a dice chucker, but it has mitigation. If you got a dice chucking game that has the chance of low success, have dice mitigation. So this is the breed deck. The sideways shuffle. Which is that one? It's this one? This one here? There you go. So the breed deck I'm going to put sideways. And then this one here, and this will get shuffled into here so we won't see it. And then we'll shuffle this up, and this will become what we're dealing with. I almost threw you off, Yogi. Alright, so this will be our enemy deck. Boom. Alright, next up. Exploration. Add the rate of the Scorned set cards. Okay. So rate of the Scorned set cards are cards that have the Scorned symbol on them that's here. So we're taking the ones that we had from scenario 1, we add the rate of the corned ones, the rate of the Scorned ones, and then we shuffle these decks. And like I said, I'll just I'll shuffle them. I'll shuffle them as I need them. I'll shuffle them as I need. Nah, I'll shuffle them now. I'll shuffle them now. I don't want any cause for people thinking there's shenanigans going on. You set it up so you'd win. I don't do that. If I lose, I lose. If you watch me play that all before, you'll know that I don't stack the deck. Otherwise, all those losses were on purpose. Alright. And I'll shuffle them again when it comes time to draw from them. Oh yeah, the other thing I got wrong, Rando Thomas pointed out was when you defeat a threat, you don't draw an exploration card. You just defeat the threat. That's the end of that. That's what that was. That was the other thing I forgot, and I would lose this. Okay, we got them all done. All of them are in there. This is the content I'm here for. Alright, so we're starting with scenario card 2A, Raid of the Scorned. So this is the page of... Is this the black page or the page of Dawn? So this is the page of Dawn. 2A, Scorned Incursion. So my job, should I choose to accept it, is to build watchtowers in every Exus region of my character's Thymor. That's what's missing from here. I don't have to go to every single damn Exus region and do it. Every Exus region of my Thymor. God. Heroes cannot use harbors with threat tokens. So if there's a threat token in a harbor, I ain't going there. Actually, let me check the rules on that. I could be wrong. There's an errata on there that I need to check. I don't think this is every. I think this is just your current, but let me double check that. I'll check that in a second. I got a new region option. If you have a watchtower token, you may place it here if there is no threat in this region. What? Region options. Exchange 3 threat tokens for a watchtower for this region. If you have a watchtower token, you can place it here if there is no threat in this region. Exchange 3 threat tokens for a watchtower. What the hell is this saying? And this says, if there are watchtowers built in every region... Oh, it says every region, so I do have to go to every Exus. I have to go all over the land. Move to the next page. Yep. I gotta go to... This is every. This is not one, this is every. I was wrong. That is every. Somebody's probably gonna correct me on that, but that's what that means. The black page says... if there are 3 or more incursion tokens in one Thymor, reveal black page 2B, the Burning Temples. Roll for the Ughmor activation when he moves into a region. Spread the Merc there. Each hero in this region must draw an Ughmor attack card, and if we succeed on it, we take an offering. Increase the threat in each hero's Thymor. Add 1 black stone to the Oblivion. So this is what happens on the next phase. Add 1 black stone to the Oblivion Chasm. Feed the breed if there are already 4 or more black stones on the chasm. Gee. Okay. This is getting difficult. So that's what we're going through. Gameplay mods. Single scenario, entry level. So this is single scenario. Select 1 additional basic saga together with the corresponding saga deck for each hero that we're going through, which is what I did with Koga. Solo mode. Use the rules for the rulebook for solo mode. Additionally, in every Thymor which does not contain the hero at the start of scenario, move the garrison token to the Exus region. Oh, there you go. So, additionally, in every Thymor which does not contain the hero at the start of the scenario, move the garrison token to the Exus region. So I'm not in this Thymor, so the garrison token moves here. And when a garrison token, and remember it says also, thus moving the threat token from there. So what the rule is, when a garrison token is made in an area with threat, that threat gets bumped to another region. All right, so this one's here. This gets pushed to this one. I will bump this to the Dragon Spine. That's mine. This one here will get bumped to Vatra's, which will bump this. Is there a way that they can have 2 threat in an area? I don't know how that one works. There's 2 threat here now. An incursion and a threat. We'll see how that sets up. It seems funky to me, but we'll see. We'll look at the rules. So basically, I've got it in all but 1 mine. I need to build 1 in my Exus region, which is here. Okay. Thus moving the threat token from there. Rulebook. Okay, scenario. What are we doing? Repel the attack of the Scorned by fulfilling the goals of all pages of the Dawn scenario. All pages of the Dawn, which means on the pages of the Dawn there are 4 of them. So we have 4 things we have to do. The amount of time we have to do it is 6 black stones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 6 black stones to get that done. That's not going to be easy. Heroes cannot use harbor special actions if there is threat or an incursion token there. And garrison. The Pages of Dawn scenario card specifies how to gain garrisons and place them in region. Does it? Oh, sorry, I'm not even showing that. Does it? Pages of Dawn. So it says, if you have a watchtower as a garrison, I don't know why it's called a watchtower, it's a garrison. If you have a garrison token, you can place it here if there is no threat in this region. Oh, you can place it, okay. But how we get a garrison token, exchange 3 threat tokens for a garrison token for this region. So basically we need to beat 3 threats, and then we can use a region action to get a garrison token. Then we have to clear the threat, then as a region option, we can place the garrison token. That's clear, right? Clear as mud. Clear as mud. Each hero can collect threat, here it is. Each hero can collect threat tokens, max limit of 3 per hero, which they remove from the board by fighting enemies or in other ways. There is something called the Dreadfleet Tyrant on Page of Dawn 2D. During the epic battle, uses cards from the enemy deck as its attacks. So I guess that's who we're facing if we have to fight him. Okay. The Nyx follow the instructions for the next phase. And then scenario summary. The scenario ends on its own once the last black stone is placed on the Sventavid statue. Which not on the Chasm of Oblivion, but the Sventavid statue. The scenario ends. The next black page should be revealed, Burning Temples 2B, and included in the scenario save, but we ain't doing that. If the heroes complete the scenario goal before the Monolith Ritual ends, the players are victorious, and each hero gains a reward, an offering, and an item. Next, the players choose together which Dawnstone to add to the campaign save, replacing it with a black stone in the Sventavid statue. Regardless of how the scenario ends, each hero gains a new saga. Players can choose to grow to get a new basic saga or grow one they already own. Instead of a saga, the players can also choose to remove an incursion or Murkriff token from the board or heal an injury. Continue on. Okay, the one thing we had to check was, you wanted to know about incursions. So let's talk about incursions. Please tell me, no, you didn't, did you? You didn't, did you? No, you didn't. So let's see if we could if I could find the symbol. Here it is. And then we could go back to it. So threat and incursions. So threats. As long as a threat is present in a region, you cannot rest there. Only exploration is possible. During exploration, the hero is forced to draw an enemy card and deal with it. You've seen me do this countless times. If the threat in the region is increased again, the incursion appears. Turn that token to the other side. The threat token is removed from the region if the hero defeats the enemy drawn there. Cool. Incursions. For incursion tokens, the same rules and restrictions apply as for the threat tokens, with the following modification. During the exploration action, draw an enemy card. During the exploration action, draw an enemy card instead of an exploration card. This enemy is strengthened. We've talked about strengthened and we've talked about defiled. Once per hero participating in the challenge. So see page 23.3. We'll go there in a second. If the threat in the region with the incursion token increases again, do it in one of the adjacent regions of the hero's choice. The incursion token is removed from that region if the hero defeats an enemy drawn there. All right, so let's go to page 23. I want to make sure I get the rules right. Strengthen or defiled. So that's what it's saying. Strengthen and or defile the undertaken. So I talked about this a little, but I'll say what it is again so you understand what it means. This is the case of, here's a keyword. It's not defined in the glossary anyway, but I know what it's defined in the book later on. So basically, If you defile an enemy, you draw another enemy card and slide it under, and the Nyx die and whatever symbol that is at the top for the black die that you're going to roll, that gets doubled. If you strengthen it, you draw another card and you pull at the bottom, and whatever the challenge is, you have to do both. So therefore, if it has, like, okay, well, I draw this one card, I need a Vigor to beat it. When I draw another card and put it under, if it says I also need Instinct, then I need Vigor and an Instinct to beat it. And I'll go over that again when we face the challenge. But I just wanted to point that out because I don't want to be wrong there. We were also looking at incursions. Let me read here. Can they be in the same area is what I'm curious about, or if it bumps it. The threat token special ability is not allowing heroes to take an action rest. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let's go to this. Hey, look! Brando Thomas, who asked a lot of questions about this, is asking this too. Watchtowers of Garrison, we already know that. I want to know more about when you push. Does it push the other? We're not on Black Page 2B. A lot of misprints, updates. This is where, like, the new rulebook has to be written because there's so many questions. And Dominic's in here answering questions as best as he can. But I know that there's a lot of questions that come out of this. I'm going to say it bumps it. So we can't have both in there. So this will bump this here, which will bump this. Because that doesn't make sense. You can have Merc and Threat, but two threats don't make sense. Okay. Which means this one would bump over here. All right. Let's talk about his personal saga, which is Nature of the Beast. Something has been lurking deep in your thoughts for the longest time, a shadow who stokes a vile hunger in your every night. The smell of prey tingles your nostrils. The shadow demands to feed. You seek peace among the deep woods, so I need a forest, a mountain, and a ruin, and turn them in at the Misty Shore, which is right below me. Cool. Misty Shore is right here. To move on to see what we need to do next. Okay. And because we grew a saga from last time, all I did was just keep it going, but I picked Harpy for this one. And Harpy's one says, the old law rituals offer blessings. There's this great power stored within a sacrificial blade. Only few, however, can fathom where to draw it from and how to use it. Journey to one of the druid's circles to understand the secrets of the sacrificial rituals. I need 2 force and a ruin, and I need to go to a prime source. I say primrose. Prime source location. Which the prime source location for me is the Sacred Grove. Go to the Sacred Grove, and then I can continue on this story. Okay, we have talked our butts off. Oh, all right. I'll shuffle these when the time comes. Okay, so we're starting off there at a garrison. And we need to build just one more at the Exodus locations, which means we have to clear that out. We have his stuff to deal with, which I will look at when it gets to that phase. All right, I see what a Herald Attack card looks like. So cool. Okay, so we are at dawn. What are we going to do at dawn? Oh, and we cured everything. I forgot. Gotta put those back here. We're not sticking with what happened in that place. We've cured everything. We're back to full health. So we need, what is this? Is this a settlement? I don't need settlements, but I do need... Dude, that's gonna be hard. Let's go here to the ruin area. I'm gonna take an exploration action to move to the Moribund Forest. And I really hope you can see me move that. So I moved to the Murban Forest over here, right? There's a threat there, so I have to draw a threat card. And it is a Ghoul. So he is hollow. I shuffled this. Ambush. So he would gain one. I shuffled this. You saw me shuffle that deck. So, okay. Cool. I automatically... That is not a Merc place. So you just get one of these. Alright, for Leshi, just gives me a die. I don't have to spend for it. I'm actually going to spend one will to get the blue die. And that's it. I get a reroll on that blue die if I need to. Initiation, you don't have a shield. Any other initiation effects? That won't help me. In a region, I'm not in a forest region. Yep, nothing else. I get a reroll of the blue die because this is a hard failure. That is a hard failure. I don't get a reroll unless I spend a prime. I can reroll, which I am going to do. I'll spend the prime. Reroll. God. I failed. I failed. So, challenge. You watched me fail horribly. So what happens when I fail? Let's see. I didn't fail last time, so I got kind of cocky with it. So damage symbol for each. So on the skull, I lose 1 vigor because that's what he rolled. And if I fail, nothing happens. My turn automatically ends, and I have to shuffle him back in and feed the breed. I grab one of these, shuffle this in, and I fail. Yay, that sucked. But Savara, who was all red, didn't draw a single red last time. Now here comes all of them. Alright, that ends my turn. My turn ends. I do not pass go. I do not collect $2,000. Yep, end your turn. So then I will go to the next day. The next turn round. I gotta face it. I need to see what's going on here. So I will actually might move to the Merc. I think I need that threat token, so I'm gonna just do an explore action but without moving. So let's see who the next threat is. Plunderer. If we're ambushed in a mountain or settlement region, he gains a vigor shield. He's a lot worse, but he needs red and green this time. So he's gonna get 1. I'm gonna get this red for free, pay a green to get a green die, and then pay a blue to get that. Let's see what happens. I get a free reroll on this. And this. Okay. 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 Alright. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to use this to gain a rune and a rune. And then that. His one says that Merc symbol would do, so I'll use this to nullify that, and then I'll use these 2 to defeat him. Okay, that is much, much better. So I get a trophy for beating him. He is defeated. And I will take this threat with me. Because I can... if you have a watchtower token, you could place it here, but it says there's a thing in the rules that said I can collect threat. So just a normal situation, Frederick. Failing and unsettled. Each hero can collect threat, which they remove from the board by fighting enemies in other ways. So I get that threat token. So I have that one. That threat is done. So now that I've beaten that, and this is where I made the mistake that that Rando called out, was that now that I've beaten the threat, I don't get to draw an exploration card. Instead, I go immediately to the option. So this doesn't have a symbol, so I don't get anything fun out of there, but I can Merc Bind, fulfill a story. Oh, nope, that's for exploration. I don't get one of those. Use a special location marked with a symbol. Ritual. I can do the Ritual of Recovery, and I am going to do that. Ritual Recovery. If I spend the prime, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I won't do a region action here. So that will end that. I'm moving into this. That crit converts to 2 runes. Yes. Let me show you what it converts to, Lokter. Boom. Right here. Crit says I gain a vigor and instinct runes, plural. So a blue crit gets me both of them. That is correct. So next turn, I am going to actually move here and explore the Sacred Grove. So I'm gonna go for this symbol. There's the shuffling that you all know and hate. I am not a good shuffler. I really try. I'm not a good. If you ever play a board game with me, just shuffle the cards. Don't ask me to do them unless you want to have a good laugh. Alrighty. Okay, so we're gonna draw first one. Salty marshes. The marshes open up before you, full of herbs, reeds, and waterfowl. The salty fumes lingering in the air make you feel drowsy and sleepy. Only a sudden flash of instinct saves you. Draw an enemy card. You cannot use your crit abilities. Why? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Ah. 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 Oh, and look, perfect. Just perfect. I need vigor and instinct. Alright, so I'm going to be facing him. He is in a place of Merc, so where I would get 1 next die because there's Merc there, I get 2. He gets 2. Big fun. Big fun. Leshi gives me a red for free. I want all of them. So we'll go with getting a green, and I'll pay one of these to get a blue. Oh my god. I can reroll Merc and gain a shield connected to the Dawnstone. My Dawnstone's the Prime Stone, so I can make it whatever I want. I am in a forest region. Ooh, I'm in a forest region. I am in a forest region. In the forest region, I auto-gain an instinct shield. And if I spend an instinct, you gain or remove a shield from an enemy, from this challenge. Gain or remove a shield, an instinct shield. Nope, that's fine. I already got one. I'm good. Good. Choose one of the allies to gain or remove a shield of the current ally's banner. It's not nighttime yet. I'm not ready for that. So I will... That's what I got. I cannot use those abilities. However, that does mean that I get the symbols that I need. So I can't use the abilities, but that does mean I get the symbols that I need. So I do beat him but I think he's about to do something really nasty to me. I can use my Yesha's Mark to re-roll this. Nah, that's okay. Alright. So this is the skull. When you roll the skull, it's double damage for the skull symbol. So I take 2, 1, 2 vigor damage. The Merc says I take a willpower damage. So I resolve those. And then I do that, and I beat you. So I do beat you. It's not his ambush ability is in the coastal region. I'm not in the coastal region. So he wouldn't have gotten a shield. So I do beat him. But I got hit pretty nasty. And I gain that. You're beaten. And the card says... I gain success. I gain a trophy and an item on the dead enemy. So I gain a trophy and an item. So let's grab the item deck. I'm gonna need to recover. I'm almost at injured status. Ugh. I'm not in the Valley of the Mound. Alright, what do I get? I get Follower. It's an elixir. Add a willpower success rune to this challenge. I can recover 3 willpower by using it at the world step, which I'm probably going to do because I'm a little bit of hurting. So success, I get that, and an item when I beat him. And because I beat this, I get a force token. Cool, cool, cool. So that is the exploration action. I'm going to Merc Bind, do the Merc Binding ritual, just to take a taint to get rid of that. Take this taint, put it on instinct. And I gain an offering for doing that. Okay, so that is my region option to do a Merc Bind. And that ends that. Okay, what else do I need? I need to clear the threat at the Misty Shore, so I go here. I probably need the rest. I'm going to use the Hollower right now, this right now, to gain 3. 1, 2, 3. The drink that game. What the heck? This goes away. I can stay here because this is runes and forests. I need a rune, and then I need a mountain, which means just going to the garrison to get it. So I can kind of make my way there, get that, and deal with what's next. I don't feel like... I think I'm going to take a rest, right? What the rest looks like. So as my action, I'm going to rest. So, rest. Use your camp abilities. Cool. So my action is to rest where I am. So my camp abilities is I get this back. I get 1 of these, and then I get 2 of any. I'm going to do here. Do I have any other camp abilities? No. That's it. That is to rest. I want to make sure I play it right. I always have to go over the book. When choosing the rest action, the player forfeits any exploration in order to perform restoration rituals and prepare for future challenges. While performing this action, the player remains in their current location, region, and can perform any and all of the below activities. Use the camp abilities, reorganize your Saga cards, prepare any number of them without attribute loss. After that, you can use one of the available region options. Well, I am in a prime source region. So, what can I do? I can restore 1 primal. I don't need to. But, because this is the end of the day, I am going to do the Ritual of Recovery to spend 1. Spend 1 prime point to recover 1 attribute corresponding to the region type, which is a prime source type. So I'm going to do that with of my choosing. If, as a result, recovering attributes, any attribute reaches its maximum value while having an injury, that injury can be cured. So that's what we will do. Cool. Okay. That ends my region action. That ends this phase. We go on to the camp phase. So let's talk about the camp phase. Turn. Okay, so camp phase. Restore one attribute point related to the Dawnstone active, which is that. So I'll restore willpower because they seem to want to hit that a lot. Then restore attributes from your camp hero ability, which I get the one instinct and the one prime, and then I get 2 of my choice. So what happens then? Any prime restored above the limit is exchanged for. Okay, I'm at full. Use your. So that was my camp ability. Restore 1 feat. I didn't use any. And reorganize your sagas without any cost. I could summon a creature, discard 1 trophy to take 1 creature card at random. Let's do it. 1 trophy. Let's do it. And this creature is a forest or ruins. I'm going to take a forest monster. At random, we're going to shuffle these up. And I'll roll a die. I'll say crit, flame, blank. So we're getting this one. Who do we get? Another Leshi. If you take the rest action this turn, additionally recover any attributes of the current region's type. Cool. And as I could spend the trophy, region option, move to any forest location. I could do that. So that is the camp phase. I can discard 1 offering and choose a god to help me. No, thank you. Not yet. Not unless I have to. Alright, so then we go to the next phase, and the next phase is outlined on this card. If there are 3 or more incursions in 1 Thymor, reveal the black page. There's only 1 incursion. Roll for the Ughmor activation. So where is he going? When he moves into a region, spread the murk there. Each hero in this region must draw an Ughmor attack card and make stuff. So that's where we get these 2 dice. I roll both. So I gotta roll these 2 dice. So this is what region he's gonna appear in, and this is the location of that region he's gonna appear in. See, just kind of blinks out and blinks back in. So roll for Ughmor's activation. When he moves into a region, spread the murk there. So he's going to. Ooh, what happens if you roll prime? Do you get the pick? This is new. This is new for me. So this is how I'm learning with you. So let's get. I didn't do a tab for this one. I need to do a tab for this one. This is like, okay, here we go. In the course of the game, there is a need to randomly determine a region. Use the location die and the Thymor die. The location die displays a special location, its symbol. The Thymor die determines the Thymor where the special location is located. Oh, he is in the prime. Okay, so he is where he is. He's here, and then he's moving to here, all the way in the back. And it says when he's there, spread the murk there. So is there a murk token there? You're going to see my big forehead for a second. There is not. So now there is. It says each hero in this region must draw an Ughmor attack card. He is not in our region to be able to attack us. He's in our Thymor, but not our region. Then we increase the threat in each hero's Thymor. Does that mean everything? Like everything gets increased? Increase the threat in each hero's thigh more. Does that mean every threat gets increased in incursion? I'm gonna assume so. Increase. No? I'm assuming so. Hello, Brian. I'm assuming so. Because it says in each hero's thigh more increase the threat. So, okay. So then threat increases to incursion. Oh no, I gotta roll a die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. I almost screwed that up. I have to roll the die of where it's gonna increase. Oh my gosh, I almost had a heart attack. I was like, this just becomes impossible. The excess, it's already increased. It's already increased. So how do you, so what happens when you need to increase threat and it's already increased? An incursion. I think nothing. I'm gonna say nothing, and I'll let people who are really good at this game tell me I'm wrong. Because that's crazy. Okay. Then add 1 Blackstone to the Oblivion Chasm. Alright. Feed the breed if there are already 4 or more Blackstones in the chasm. And that is the end of the next phase. Then we go to the Sventavid phase. Turn. Boop. Now we're on blue. Gotta go to my shortcut cards. 1 second. Shortcut cards. Yep. So then we go there. Now we're back on the journey phase. Okay. I'm learning this with you, so if you're getting frustrated because I don't have this down pat, I'm so sorry. Alright, so we are going to... I'm back to full health. I need to start getting some stuff and moving back. Really don't want... I'm gonna move to the Wretched Breed. It's a forest as an exploration. And then I have to deal with a threat, which is Driva, the Grimer and a Wanderer. It's a nightmare. And our aura says you cannot use your allies. Alright, this is another thing that that someone that Rando pointed out. This was the third thing. I told you I'll remember as I play, so I get it right. But this was the third thing. You cannot use your allies, which means Leshi can't use them. So I need an instinct and a willpower though to beat. And if I'm in a forest, they gain a shield, which we are in a forest. So you gain a stupid forest shield, an instinct shield. However, I got an ability that's going to shut that crap up. Alright, so I'm going to change Leshi out because the card is completely nullified. No dice. So when it says that you can't use an ally, you don't get the dice, you don't get the abilities, you get nothing from this. Nothing at all. So I'm going to spend a willpower, to trade Leshi out because Leshi's no good. Then you get your 1. This says choose one of Gore's abilities, allies, gain or remove 1 shield of the chosen ally's banner. That can't help me. I can't use allies. I could reroll Merc symbols if I want. I just gotta play. I gotta play where it lays. So I'm gonna spend 1 to get 1 green. And I'm gonna spend 1 to get 1 blue. And I got a reroll on the green, a reroll on the blue, and I gain a shield for willpower. But you're not gonna hit that no matter what, so that's how it is. So that's what I'm rolling. What the wah? Okay. Oh, damn it, Bobby. I'm gonna re-roll. Okay. Okay. That's not good. I needed the crit. Shoot. What can I do? What can I do? Can I spend another on this challenge? Can I spend another prime? We're on the determination. Rerolls from Sagas, which I re-rolled the green. Reroll for offering tokens. Ooh, I can spend an offering token to reroll. I'm gonna spend this offering token. So wrong. I would need a crit on the green for this to work. I would need a crit on the green. Yeah, I would need a. I would have to re-roll the green for the crit. A hero can spend their prime to reroll any of the dice. A single reroll of a die requires the hero to spend one prime. There's no limit for such rerolls. So I'm going to spend this offering to reroll green. I'm looking at my abilities. Oh shoot! Ah! I didn't notice this. I didn't notice this, and I'm gonna retcon it because I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it, and I retcon. Here's what I didn't notice: this thing at the initiation step that says if I spend an instinct, you can gain or remove a instinct shield from this challenge. I didn't see it. This is why I don't play 4 characters because of all this. So sorry, forgive me. Call it a cheat. I don't care. It's a retcon, and then we'll deal with the rest. Okay, so I will have a blue and a green to deal with that, and you get a double hit on my instinct because of that crit. So 1 and 1. But I do beat you. I did not see that. Alright, I need to be more aware of that ability. I get a trophy, and you're beat. Man, that was close. And I get this. Cool. Okay. Oh, my instinct is struggling. I gotta see if I can get rid of this taint by doing some type of forest encounter. So, region option. As a region option, I hate these cards. I hate. Please, please, Dominic, don't do this. Just give me a new book. This is driving me crazy. Um, I can do a ritual of recovery. It's blue though. I can rest. Rest will help me. So my region option, I'm not in a place where I could do much. I could do a ritual recovery to get a prime back. Well, to spend the prime and recover a willpower. That's all I can really do. Ritual recovery. Spend one of these, gain a blue. Spend a prime point to recover 1 point of the attribute corresponding to the region type the hero is currently located. And that's it. Okay, my next turn, I'm going to rest. Rest lets me use my camp action. So I'm going to gain back prime, that, and then 2 more of anyone I choose, which would be those 2. And then I gain. Okay, so now I could get. Oh, and I could swap stuff out. So I'm going to swap Leshi back in without cost. And my region action, there's nothing to really do. There's nothing to really do here. I already have a creature out. I don't really want to. There's no location ability. Okay. Let's go to the next. I'm gonna skip that. So my next action, I'm going to move here to deal with this threat or threat to fight. Stop. Stop the madness. Or is it the stone in the Thymore? Isn't forest region green? Let me reread. It says spend the prime point to recover 1 point of the attribute corresponding. Oh, the region type. You're right. It's the region type. So I would still be at the same place, I believe. So it'd have been 1 for this, not for that. 1 for that. Then my rest would be 1 for that. And 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Yep. You had a point. You were right. You were very right. Locator is region, not Thymore. Okay, so what are we facing? I can't use allies again. Gosh. Okay, so I gotta spend the blue. Swap you out again. Then I gotta pay what I gotta pay. So get that. That. I get a shield. I get 2 blues and 3. Which I didn't do. Oh, shoot. Last time I just rolled this. I forgot to get my other blue. Whatever. I screwed that up. I got everything I need. I just don't like that Merc because he hits me for 2 vigor damage with that Merc. Oh, and you would have... We're not in a forest, we're in a settlement, so you wouldn't have a shield. I have enough to beat you. I get my reroll. Let me see if I can crit with that. Oh, sweet! Okay. So... I'm gonna do this to gain a Vigor rune and an Instinct rune, and then this flips to that. So yours says that you will hit me with 2 Vigor attack. I'm going to use this one to block it. Block 1, and I'll take another. Then I'm going to use this and that to beat you. And you are defeated. I gain a trophy. Go beat. I get my 3rd one. Then it says, exchange 3 threat tokens for a watchtower token for this region. Okay. So now let's go to the mission for the first one. I need to build a watchtower in the over here. So as my region option, ooh, I could go to the Oathbearer Waste and then go straight over to Heart of Stribog. That's what I'll do next round. My region option, where am I? Misty Shores. If only I had a mountain and I would be able to advance my stuff, but I do not. I don't think there's anything I can really do. For my region option. So I think that'll be that. So nighttime. I'm actually going to. Oh wait. Sorry. Let's go back. My region option, I'm going to use Leshi. I almost screwed that up. Region option. Spend 1 trophy. Region option. Move to any forest region. So I'm going to use Leshi, spend the trophy that I just got as my region option, and be put there in the Oathbearer Waste. It's a region option. It is not an exploration, so I do not draw a threat card. Unless she goes back. Okay, so that ends that turn. This turn, I'm going to move right here. And I will be dealing with this incursion. Oh, wait. No, I won't. Yeah, well, what the hell? What the hell? Here we go. I could die, but we will find out. Here we go. So we're doing the incursion. I will draw an enemy card, which is the Tormentor. Or you cannot use your crit effects. Yeah. And they're stupidly strengthened, so what other fresh hell? Oh, look, another Tormentor. So when they're strengthened, you do this. So now, in an incursion, and let's make sure we got the rules right. For the incursion, the same rules and restrictions apply for threat tokens. During the exploration, draw an enemy card instead of the exploration card. The enemy is strengthened once per hero participating. If the threat is in a region with an incursion token, increase. If the threat in the region with the incursion token increases again, do it in one adjacent regions of the hero's choice. Okay, so it does spread. It was supposed to spread, and I don't think I did. Okay. So here we go. So this is strengthened. I now have to do 2 red and 2 green, and I can't use any of my crit abilities. This is bullcrap. Anyway, I am going to. I can't use any of my crit abilities. I'm gonna spend the red I need to get Leshi in there. I am going to. So this is the determination phase. So you're gonna get one of those. I am automatically gonna get a red. I am going to be using this, so we're going to see what happens here. It says, break the heart of the stone to add any 1 die to this challenge and recover all prime. So I'm using the special ability I got from the dungeon delve. Recover all prime and choose a die to add. I can't beat this without my crits. I cannot beat this without my crits. Is there anything else I can do? No, you're not in the Merc area, so you don't get a shield. I have to spend 1 for the green. Without my crits, I can't beat this guy. I'm just gonna have to take the damage. Also recover 3 points of the attribute of this banner type. It's yellow. Okay, so it's yellow. What the hell does that do? I can use that ability. What the hell does yellow mean? Banner types. Banner ability. Banners 24. Probably just gonna say banner. It does. That's all it says. It doesn't tell me what a yellow banner means. Is it any? I got nothing. Region's banner type. Also recover 3 points of the attribute of this banner's type. It's yellow. Or blue. Crit can't count as 2 because look at the Tormentor's ability. Check out that ability. A crit on green would get me 2. I just can't use the abilities of the crit, so I could make it work, but I want to know what this thing of banner type means. I have no freaking idea. Guess what, y'all? I am stuck. I don't know. It's somewhere in this book, in some indeterminate place. This is a special section, attributes, so-called banners. Ally cards are an exception as their unique ability marked on the banner with a plus symbol is added to the die for free. Hero purchases a die from a banner whose unique ability is providing a shield marked symbol. Also recover 3 points of the attribute of this banner's type. The banners that I have are these. Oh, of the banner that I gain. Okay, choose one of Gor's abilities, allies, or remove 1 shield of the chosen ally's banner. Also recover 3 points of the attribute of this banner's type. So I can gain a red shield and recover 3 of those. That's what it means. God, that's annoying. That drives me crazy. Okay, so choose one of Gorvy's allies, which is, I only have Leshi. Gain or remove 1 shield of the chosen ally's banner type, which is red. Also recover 3 points of the attribute of this banner's type, which would be red. Okay. I can reroll Merc symbols and gain a shield corresponding to the Dawnstone, which would be blue. Do you hit me for any willpower? Not at all. I would need to crit on both to beat him. That's all I can do. I gain no shields. I get a reroll on my green. Nothing on red. But I got my prime that I can reroll with. Let's see how this shakes down, folks. I've read everything I could. This says I could spend an instinct to gain an instinct shield. I don't have it. Here we go. I've got that covered. And that. He's got that. I kind of figured that would happen. That, I'm going to use a prime to reroll. I'm going to use another prime to reroll. There we go. Got it. Got it. Okay. So, let's deal with him first. I gotta take the hits. So he's gonna hit me 2 times for instinct. 1, and then the next one he injures my instinct, so I go down by 1. So that's the end of that. Then I get... I just want to make sure somebody's going to tell me I'm doing this wrong. Critical allows you to activate a character's critical ability or to discard an enemy shield token at the same time. After using your critical symbol, it's not a double. It's not a double, it's a single. It just activates abilities, it's not a double. There are 4 types of dice in the game. 3 of them represent the different attributes, Vigor, Instinct, and Will. The 4th is the Nyx. The dice rolls defines how well the hero performed in the challenge. Rolling a symbol assigned to a given attribute is considered as a pierce, a positive result. The character symbol, the skull, allows you to discard a shield token as a side effect, but it can also be transformed into a more powerful ability, providing the hero has a card or skill that allows it. So the regular vigor, instinct, and will are considered successes to or pierces to the challenge. Critical symbols are ability. It says critical symbols allow you to activate a card's critical ability or to discard an enemy shield token of the same type. After you do it, flip it. Nope, that's a fail. That's a fail, Locator. I can't do it. It's not a double. It's not a double. It's a double damage on me, but this just then says I can't use my critical ability, so flip, flip. And I didn't get the instinct, so I don't beat him. So therefore, he gets shuffled back into the deck. I do not. And then I gotta feed the breed. And that ends my turn. So it's not a double symbol. A double symbol. A double symbol. That sucks. That sucks. Really bad. That sucks really, really bad. Okay. Yeah, the attribute challenges, even still, it doesn't. So, shuffled in. I fail the challenge. My turn ends. Day is over. We go to the camp phase. Oh boy, that sucked. Camp phase. Restore one attribute point related to the Dawnstone, which is blue. Restore attributes from your hero's camp ability, so I get back one of these, an instinct, and two of any. I'm going to get back one of those, one willpower. So restore one feat. I didn't use any. I will reorganize. I'll pull Harpy out and put in protective because I'm in a. Oh no, I'm in an Exus location, but I get a. This is a double. That's an or. Nope, nope. I had it right. I won't put Harpy. Had it right. Okay. Summon a creature for a trophy token. Or if I want to. Sure, they might help me. So I will summon a creature from a settlement. I'll roll the Nyx on this. So this will be. Sorry, I gotta roll on these. Blank, bigger, crit. So this guy. So the Drowner. Remove a threat from the region you move into. Or move to any location. Okay, so I can move and remove threat if I need to. So that is the camp phase. Then we go to the next phase. Here we go. If there are 3 or more incursions in one Thymor, reveal the black page. There is only in one Thymor. There is not. There is only one. Where is he going? He's going to. What does the symbol mean? Where's the card? Where's the damn card? Okay. So this is the location. What does the Nyx symbol mean on that die? He's going to a stronghold of something. So let's see what the Nyx symbol means. Thymor symbols. So players will often encounter special abilities, specific abilities which can trigger only at certain times of day. These are marked with those. If the ability needs to be activated, blah blah blah. But what happens if I roll a Nyx ability? The Colvart wheel symbol in square borders refer to the Thymor die and point to a specific section of the map. Degrees of use, each board tile has its respective symbol shown in its corner. The Thymor die also refers to the symbols of the wheel, but in this case, it refers to the symbols placed in the corners of the board. Okay. That tells me nothing. What about you? If in the course of the game there's a need to randomly determine a region where the location die and Thymor die, the location die displays the special location, its symbol. Thymor determines where the special location is located. So what if the Thymor die? What if the Thymor die is a Nyx symbol or a Merc symbol? What happens then? Anyone? This is why, like, if I didn't spend hours upon hours going over the rules, I would be so lost. That could lower the incursion to regular or remove it entirely, I wonder. Possibly lower it because it says remove a threat from the region you move into, but that region has to be a harbor. The heart of Strabog is a harbor. Maybe it could work, Locator. You're probably right. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Could be right. I'm trying to find it, and then I can pull it up. That's next die, determination, resolution, injuries, attribute test. The Merc. Spreading the Merc. Huh. Clear as mud. I don't know. I'm looking to see. Hmm. I don't know what this symbol means on this die. I have no idea what that symbol means, but it's happening at a stronghold. I know that. I don't know what it means, though. Something's happening at a stronghold. To the internet. What are these called? What are these dice called again? Called Thymor die. BGG, Zerywia, Thymor die, Merc symbol. Okay, let's just go to Zerywia before I'm overloading the system here. And then we go to forums, and then I will search for Thymor die. Nothing. Awesome. Really? Thymor. Thymor. Die. Okay, we've got questions, clarifications. All right, let's step through this. uh, Thymor die. The Thymor die determines. Okay, so what does this say? Thymor die Saga. Okay, okay. Okay. Hi, here I'm getting some questions. The Thymor die determines the Thymor where the special location is located, but the die has also a merc and a prime symbol. What does this mean? That is explained on the first page of scenario book. Already answered it. All right, Powell. Let's see. First page of the scenario book. Okay. First page of the scenario book. Who knew? Who knew that? So let's go to the first page of the scenario book. Page 1, table of contents. So you're wrong. This is the crap I'm talking about needing better definitions of stuff. First page of scenario book. I know. The first page of scenario book is the table of contents. First page of the scenario. Let's look at the first page of the scenario. So is there something that says what happens when that's rolled here? No. Unless y'all are seeing something I don't see. Next, follow instructions on black page 2A. So there's nothing that really digs into that. Let's go back to how to use the book. Spreading them. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Herald's activation. Here we go. This is page 5. This is page 5 of the scenario book. Ughmor is based on a roll of the Thymor and location die. The first points to a Thymor and the latter to the special region in which Ughmor appears. If the result on the die shows the prime symbol, the Ughmor moves to the opposite Thymor of where you are, so I screwed that up. If the result is a merc symbol, it remains in the current Thymor. There it is. This is explained on the first page of the scenario book. No, it's not. It's explained on the 5th page of the scenario book. Anyway. There we go. Okay, so he'll stay in his Thymor, moving to that location from what I rolled. Alright, so then basically when I rolled a prime symbol, he was supposed to go from that Thymor over here, but he didn't. Alright. Then what does he do? What does he do? He increases the merc. What does he do there? He then spreads the merc there. Threats can't go in there, but merc can. And there's no, he's not in my he's not in my region. And then we're gonna add a threat to the Sacred Grove, which I just cleared that threat. There we go. Add 1 black stone. The first meaningful page of the scenario book. It's the 5th page of the scenario book. It's not the first page. And even that, let's see. No, it's not. It's the 2nd meaningful page of the scenario book, not the first. Alright, so you did that. If there's 4 or more black stones in the chasm, there's only 2. Cool. That's the end of the next phase. Ventivid phase, we turn this. Then we get our actions back. Oh my god. Okay. So let's see if we can do this one more again. One more time. Oh, and it's an elite? Come on! Come on! Ugh. I'm just not supposed to win this. In coastal regions, you cannot reroll your dice. Hey, I'm in a coastal region! And he's strengthened. So he becomes the ultimate god of power, where I need 3 greens and 1 blue to beat him. Jeez. I mean, 2 blues. Well, in for a penny. Okay. What the hell, man? Alright, so God. You know, before doing that, I could use the Drowner. Could the Drowner get rid of that incursion? Because it says move to any region with a harbor. Heart of Strabog has a harbor. Heart of Strabog has a harbor. And then if I spend the trophy, it says remove a threat from the region you moved into. So could I get rid of that incursion with the Drowner? I'm going to say no, but somebody will probably say sure, and then I'll feel stupid. So let's do what we do. 1, 2 to get 2 blues. 1 to get a green. Alright. And you get that. Alright, is that all? I think that's all you get. Mert gives you that stuff. You're just strengthened. Okay. And I can't re-roll these dice. Cool. It says yes on the second page of the scenario book. Are you screwing with me? Don't screw with me. Are you screwing with me? Before I roll these dice? I feel like you're screwing with me. Oh, you're joking. I was like, don't play with me like that, because I would use it immediately. Let me look this up. I'm actually going to look it up. Drowner. D-R-O-W-N-E-R. D-R-O-W-N-E-R. There's nothing on it, so I'll post a question and be like, okay, I didn't know if that would help or not. I will take an instinct hit and a willpower hit where I get wounded. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. 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 Hey, look everyone, I am completely out of instinct and willpower. And if I move to another area, I'm going to get wounded again. There is nowhere I can go to recover at all. Because you can't use the harbors of places with threat or incursion. I can go to Vid's Tangle. There's a stronghold there. And then just make my way back. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would lower, because it says the threat. It's an incursion. Could I lower it? Because it said remove a threat from the region, not lower it. So it's specific. That ends my turn anyway. I lost. And I took the damage. Alright. Getting the hell out of here. I am going to play this to move to another harbor. I'm going to move to a harbor with threat in it. See, he's there. I don't want to fight him. I really don't want to fight him. I could get my best use of this thing. Where am I gonna go? I'm kind of screwed. There's no threat in any harbors except for this one. But how will that help me? I'm gonna fight something that I can get rid of it, so I don't have to fight it. And then I could just rest next round. Is there something in the incursion section about removing threat? That's the, there you go. So, yeah, this is pretty much everything on threat. So I'll leave that. Let me think. While I'll leave that up for you to check it out. And I'll keep checking chat to see if you write anything in there. But that's everything on threat and incursion. There's nothing that really says you lower threat. I think an incursion is just what it is. Yeah, and the example you're seeing above, I'll just put that there so you can see it. Let me see if I can scroll properly. Sorry if I'm moving it too much. There you go. But then I have to start moving through threat to get back where I am. Instead, I can go to Vid's Tangle, see about just chilling out for a second and resting. That's probably the best bet. I'm going to use this card. That would end my turn, right? So I started my turn there. I failed. Ended my turn. I'm going to use my action to move to any region with a harbor, and I can't use the trophy token because ooh. So I'm actually going to move here, and my region action is going to be to spend this, take a rest of the region that I'm in, which is yellow. I don't know what the hell that means in terms of color. Maybe it means you get to pick, so I'm going to pick instant. Actually, I'm going to pick willpower. And that will end my action. Actually, what happens in the exit location? Oh, never mind. I'm not doing that. At an exit location, I'm going to use that region's location. It says remove one taint. So let's get rid of that. That's my region action. I'm done. I'm going to rest this round. The rest of this round means use my camp abilities. So I get back 1 prime. I get back this and 2. 1, 2. Then my region action. I don't have any more taint to get rid of. So I will now do this. It's yellow, so I'll go here. And I'm done. Nighttime. Let's go. I'm going to use my move action to go from this harbor back here. Oh, sorry, I forgot to freaking do this. I forgot to do this. That's my camp ability. So now I move. Please, 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 please. Okay. There here we go. So Scorned, ambush in a mountain and settlement region. He gains a vigor shield. So vigor and that. So and then he is strengthened, which God. So he is impossible to beat. Okay, gotcha. They can't give me anything easy. Cool, 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 cool. So let's see what I can do. I can remove one shield from the ally's banner type, which I will, which I'm going to get rid of that vigor shield that you have. No shields for you. And also recover 3 points of that attribute type spending a prime. I don't need to. So I get rid of that. Determination. Nope. Are you going to hit? Nope, you are just hitting terrible things. It is what it is. So one's gonna be there. I get a red for free. I'm gonna get a blue and a green. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't know what to do at this point. Okay, so this I'm keeping because that gives me 2 axes and a reroll. That gives me 2 axes and an axe shield. So I'm going to activate. So that I'm keeping. We're not resolving yet. I have the one I need for this, but I do need both of these to be something else. I mean, it's all or nothing at this point. If I get a crit on this, I will get an axe, and but I will lose this. No, I won't. I'll gain this too. So I need a crit on this, and then I need a crit on this. And I get rerolls for both of these. So I got a crit on that. Then I'm going to spend the prime to reroll this. Oh, thank gravy. Okay. You got a merc. What's your merc going to do? Your merc hits my vigor. Okay. You're done. Here we go. So I get... Actually, your merc's not going to hit my vigor. So here we go. We're resolving. I get a rune. And I get a shield. A vigor shield. Then this turns to that. This one I get an instinct and a vigor token. And this one turns to that. This one I get an instinct, because it says or, and this one turns to that. Then this one will attack me with 1 against this, which my shield blocks. So that's gone. Okay, let's see if I got enough. I need one vigor, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the blue. Oh god, I won. I was like, this is insane. So I won. I beat him. I beat him. I beat him. I beat him. And this goes away. Jeez. Then, for my region action, I'm going to trade in these 3 to put down that. Then it says, if there's it says a garrison built in every Exus region, move the next threat. And that was the last one I had to do, so I moved to page B. Page B is the Dread Fleet. Heroes cannot use harbors with threat tokens. Remove threat from all of those locations. From which ones? Okay, let's take this off. Where are those locations? That's Carradon, Blight Glen. Nope, that's not Blight Glen. That's Carradon. Brisbond, gone. Nope, that is Merc. Where's your here? And Amber Cliffs. So Paradin doesn't have one. Riz Abroad. Where's the other one? I just had it in my head. Hoarfrost, which just has Merc, and Amber Cliffs. So threat is removed from there. And all of the harbors. Remove threat from there and all of the harbors. So none in Wolfgate. Okay. None there. I just cleared that one. None. So there was just one. Okay. Region option. If you have a Watchtower token, you can place it here if there's no threat in this region. Exchange 2 threat tokens for a garrison token for this region. If regions and harbors are free from threat, move to 2C. That kind of does that, but isn't that what just happened? Remove threat from all and all the harbors. Then it says if those locations which are called cradles, if cradle regions and harbors are free from the threat, move to the next page. They are. You just told me to do that. What? What the hell? Okay. 2C. Because that makes no sense. Remove threat from all cradle regions and all of the harbors. That's what it said to do. I cannot use harbors with threat tokens. Okay. If you have a garrison token, you can place it here if there is no threat in this region. Exchange 2 threat tokens for a garrison token further in this region. If cradle regions and harbors are free from the threat, move to the next page. I'm playing it like I see it. Battle of the Five Dawns. All heroes must gather in a chosen X's temple and battle the army of the Scorned as a joint action. So solo play, I just do it. I'm already there. In this encounter, take the Fleet Tyrant card 2D scenario and start the epic battle. If a hero takes an injury, remove them from the battle. The battle continues with hero turns until the Tyrant is defeated. All heroes are removed or the Monolith ritual is over. After the challenge is resolved, move to the next page. Okay, so who is the... Okay. So... That 2B made no sense. Why have it? What the hell? What the hell was that? I feel like I did something wrong. Remove threat from all cradle regions. Oh, that's what I have to do. Oh, okay. Okay. God. That's what I have to do. Jeez. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Okay. And all harbors. Wow, that is silly. The wording on that is insane. Wolf's Gate had one. I only took 3. Amber's Cliffs, Wolf's Gate, and Riz Abroad. No other harbor had anything. That's our objective. Jesus. Our new objective is I cannot use harbors with threat tokens. I need to remove threat from all cradle regions and all the harbors. Once that is done, I can move on to the next page. Okay. Okay. All right. So that was my region action. That ends my turn. We go to the camp phase. I get back a green. I then use my camp abilities, so I get back a prime, an instinct, and 1, 2. Then I get back a feat. Gosh, you know how stupid I feel when like the rules aren't clear? I feel like I'm screwing up and I shouldn't be playing the game. That's where my head goes to. I'm screwing something up and I shouldn't play the game. Okay, so that is our next thing, the Dread Fleet. We need to clear all harbors and all cradles. So I need to clear 3 places and then I can move on. Okay. Alright. Cool. I can reorganize my sagas. I can summon a creature. I think I am. I'm at a settlement. So let's shuffle these up. See what I get. That drives me insane. Put objective on that. Put objective. And that lets me know that's the objective. I don't know. People will say it's clear to them. It wasn't clear to me. Blank. Instinct eye crit. Haha! Got him back. Sweet. Okay. So I got him back. So that's the camp phase. I don't have a token to get a god. Now we're going to go to the next phase. So is there 3 or more incursions in one Thymore? No, there's only 1. Then roll to see where you go and spread the murk. You're going to this area, to this location. And when you spread the murk, this floats into a murk rift. Then you're going to increase the threat in my Thymore where? In this location, turning this into an incursion. Okay. Then add a black stone. Feed the breed if there are 4 or more black stones in the chasm. Okay. It seems like these cards include incursion in the keyword threat, different from token, but if can't use harbors with threat, then that trophy ability probably can't be used in this scenario. I think it can. It just means I can't, like this trophy. This ability here. Oh, you said remove a threat from the region you move into. No, I think this can work. This still works because it's separate locator. To me, I read this as if I move to a harbor that like I can use it here, immediately use it here, or here, and use this card to get rid of it. So this one has, this is the problem that I need to deal with, and that's exactly where I'm going to go and use this ability. So my next turn, I'm actually going to use my action to use this ability, and I'm going to spend my last trophy to clear it. So I will move here and then clear this. And that is that. That's my action. My region action is I'm in a cradle. I could buy stuff, but I don't have any trophies to buy anything. Oh, and I forgot to turn the Sventavid, sorry. So I'm going to... I'm assuming yellow means anything. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to increase this by 1 with it. For a that's for the ritual recovery. Yep. Okay. So that ends this phase. I'm going to use this harbor to travel here. And then I'm going to take on whatever the heck this is. That's my exploration. Can't use crit abilities. So I need a red and a green. So, okay. Oh my gosh, that scared me. That's over here. I get a red one for free, and then I will spend 1 to get a green. I can't use my crit ability, so I can't use a blue. The Tormentors are the worst. I just want to say that. They're the worst. They are the worst, but I get a reroll on that card. There we go. So I got that. I got that. And then what are we going to do with you? I am going to use Yeshra's Mark to re-roll that because I don't want to put Merc in my location. I'd rather take a hit. Sure, double hit. 1, 2. I don't want to spread Merc. Okay. And I have enough to beat you, so you're dead. And I get a trophy. I know, it's... How many of them have popped up? I keep running into them. So, cool. So I clear this threat. I'm going to grab it. Alright. So I've cleared 2 cradles. There's a cradle and a harbor. This harbor's good. Cradle, harbor. Harbor's good. Harbor's clean. Cradle doesn't have any threat. Harbor's clean. Cradle doesn't have any threat. There's no threat there, which means this is the last one. So my region action is at a stronghold where I can restore 1 feet. So I'll get that back. Next turn, I'm going to travel... Oh, shoot. Next turn, I'm not going anywhere. Nighttime, I'll have to deal with it. I'm going to rest. This is why I hate these cards. I lost the rest card. Here it is. I'm going to rest, use your camp ability. So I gain back this. Gain back an instinct. And then 1, 2 of those. I could reorganize Sagas. I'm not gonna. And then my region action is to restore feet, right? I already have all my feats back, so that ends that. Night phase. Let's go. We're gonna have to deal with this threat, which is Babak. Babak, or if you are cursed, you cannot use rituals. I'm not cursed. If he was on a ruins, he'd get a shield. I need a blue and a green. Okay, well, I'm gonna spend this blue, pop this in place, and then 2 blues to get 2 blue die. He gets his next die, and 1 green. Oh, sorry, I put out the wrong one. I put out the wrong one. And then 1 green to get my green die. Cool. No allies are here for me to use that on, and if the Merc comes up, I can re-roll it. I get... I mean, I beat you just with that. I beat him just with that. But I get to re-roll... I get a shield for willpower, but I get to re-roll 1 of my willpower die. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to activate some abilities here so I can protect myself. First thing I'm going to do is activate this ability, which will give me this, then flip to that. Then I have those 2. He's got this. Oh, sorry. I wasn't supposed to use that. I was supposed to instantly. He's got this, which crits. One of them I'll take away from using this, and the other one I take the hit, and then I use these 2. Beaten. I get a trophy. I'll take that. And we've cleared all. We've done what we needed to do. Cradle clear. Port clear. Cradle clear. Port clear. Because it says no threat. When those regions are free from threat. Cradle just has Merc. There's no threat. Port. Cradle. Port. Let's move on. Okay, now we're here. Now we are here. Battle of the Five. So our objective, all heroes must gather in an Exus temple, in a chosen Exus temple. Who chooses it? And battle the army of the Scorned as a joint action. Who chooses the chosen? In this encounter, take the Fleet Tyrant card 2D, which is this one, and start the epic battle. If the hero takes an injury, remove them from the battle. The battle continues with hero turns until the tyrant is defeated. All heroes are removed, or the monolith ritual is over. All right, let's take a look at. This is the Dread Fleet Tyrant. He tries to kill me. I need 3. Goodness, I can get it. That's not impossible, actually. So the tyrant gains shields for every incursion and willpower shields for every Merc Rift on the board. Damn. Damn. There are 3 incursions and 1 Merc Rift. There are 4 incursions. There are 4 lights. This guy just became a god. Okay. So we gotta fight him at an Exus location. I don't care, whichever one. It'll be that one. Who cares? I don't know what chosen means. Maybe chosen means I gotta roll this die to say. So I'm gonna roll this die to say which chosen Thymor we'll face him in. How about that? Hey, look, it's that one. Like I said. So we rolled. This is where we're gonna face him. So I can sail from port to port to get there very easily. However, that ends. That was my. I have a region action. A region action. I'm going to do this to get that back, and then that ends that phase. So it's the camp phase. I get a green. I then get a camp action, getting this back. I get that, and then I'll do 1, 2 here. During your rest action, you can also summon a creature if I wanted a cost of. I could have used that if I wanted to, but who cares? I could spend the trophy to summon a monster. Yep. Alrighty. So once again, blank, instinct, crit. I get this card. A guy just keeps coming back. He just keeps on coming back. Okay. So, then what else we get? I don't have any of that, so that's where I landed. Then we will go to the next phase. If there are 3 or more incursions in 1 Thymor, there's not. So where are you going, bub? Oh no. Oh, whew. Okay, so you're moving here, and it says when he moves into a region, spread the merc in there in that region. Okay. Each hero in this region. So if he lands in a region with me, he'll attack me. Cool. Not a Thymor. Increase the threat in each hero's Thymor. So where's the threat increasing in this Thymor? Fabulous. Fantastique. Do I have to face the threat then fight him? It says as an action. Yeah, I do. Dang it. Okay, this. What else happened? Add 1 black stone to the Oblivion Chasm. Feed the breed if there are 4 or more black stones in the chasm. Here. So if I beat this Dread Commander, I win the scenario. That's all that says to me. Yeah, and that's what it is. Okay, so that is the next phase. Sventavid turns. Then we go here. Okay, so wow, I only got one shot to beat this guy. If it says that in this encounter, take the Fleet Tyrant card 2D scenario and start the epic battle. So we'll see what an epic battle means. If a hero takes an injury at all, just one of these, if we get an injury, we're done. We lose. And we'll talk about epic battles, but first we gotta get to him. So the first thing I'm gonna do, actually, is rest. I'm gonna rest to do my camp ability. This back. Gonna get this, that, and that. Put me up to as full as I can get. That's my rest. Then my region option, I'm in a cradle. Let's see what we could find for items. Draw the top 3 cards and pay its cost. So if there's a 1 trophy cost, I need items. Oh, and I could reorganize. Sorry. Sorry. That was during the camp phase. Alright, and this one costs 2. This one costs 3. This one costs 2. I can't afford any of them. So we will shuffle these back. Cool! Okay, so that's that turn. This turn, I'm gonna play this, the Drowner, to move from here to here, and I'm gonna spend this token to remove the threat from the region. And he is gone. And now I face that was my action. That was my action. So my next thing, which is this is an Nexus Temple, so I can't do anything. Yeah, no region options are really gonna help me here. So then I will go to my next turn. Let's do it. Let's see if we can beat him. We're going to an epic battle, so let's find epic battle and break it on down. Epic battle 35. Actually, let me go here. Y'all want to read along with me, right? 35. Here we go. An epic battle is a special challenge type in which the heroes join forces in grand combat. Their opponent is one of the heralds, an incredibly powerful enemy designated by the scenario who foreshadows the coming of the goddess Nyx, which is our dread tyrant. So we're going to play this a little different than the herald himself. So we don't fight the herald yet. Let's see, because it says the epic battle is with the dread fleet tyrant. So let's see. Preparing the herald. A herald in an epic battle has their own card determining the difficulty of the challenge. I'll put his back up there so you can see it. For each hero taking part in the epic battle, unless stated otherwise by scenario card, the herald must be strengthened with 1 card from the enemy deck. Are you? No. No. Are you kidding me? Okay. All right. Sure. Why not? So for each hero taking part in an epic battle, unless stated otherwise by a scenario card, so it says in this encounter, take the Fleet Tyrant card 2D scenario and start the epic battle. It is what it is. So he will be strengthened with 1 card from the enemy deck. This is stupid. For each Merc Rift on the map, a Merc token should be added to the Herald card. That's for the Herald. This guy setup says that he gets power, so this is different. Okay, his is different. He is not a Herald, he's just a Dread Tyrant. For each incursion, he gets a Vigor Shield token. Heroes recover all attributes. Heroes recover all attribute points, all prime, and all feat cards. Taints and injuries remain unchanged. Okay, so we're at full anyway. The battle. A battle is fought over a series of rounds. Each round means resolving one herald attack card by each hero until defeating the herald or failures of all heroes. So this is different once again. This is not the same. Let's go back to the scenario. See if there's anything special about this. And I need a drink of freaking water. I'm dying. This needs to be defined out more. Regardless of the way the previous scenario ended, running out of time, fulfilling the goal, or losing an epic battle, each hero gains a new saga. Yeah, they need to break this down more. This is not good enough. Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. I was like, what is happening? Here we go. I was like, that needs to be broken down way more. The scenario, what's the mod? Repel the attack of the Scorned by fulfilling the goals of all pages of Dawn. Heroes cannot use the Harbor special action if there is. This game becomes increasingly difficult on solo because this battle's not scaled based off the rules. So this is kind of like a final showdown. It's not like a one and done. Okay, so let's. It says that it's an epic battle. All heroes must gather in a chosen Exus temple and battle the army of the Scorned as a joint action. In this encounter, take the Fleet Tyrant card 2D scenario and start the epic battle. Okay. So I'm gonna go. Let me take a break. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do some research. We'll set up this fight because this is the finale, and we'll see how this goes. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back. It says off to get the special loaded dice. No. Alright, so let's run through this because they said start the epic battle. Battle of the Five Dawns. Let's look at some rules here. For scenario 2. Let's see what Rando had to ask. In the section prepare the land, place a stronghold. The watchtower, garrisons. After you finish 2A, there is 2B and 2D to complete as well. Succeed, you need to beat 3 threats to then convert and place each garrison token. That is quite a lot to do. Okay. I want to see if anybody wrote anything special about fighting this guy. Let me do a search for fleet. No. Here. Yeah, the scenario book does. What about in here? What about fleet? Page 2, misprint on card, watchtowers, aka garrison, blank pages. Alright, what is his name? He is the Dread Fleet Tyrant. Let's look up Dread All right. Dread Fleet. We've got questions. Here we go. This has got a lot. It says unofficial FAQ and errata. Epic battle in Ughmor's Mask. As a boss, you face the Dread Fleet Tyrant. Page of Dawn 2D. There is another thread. Okay, all right. I'll check it out. Let me see. As a special herald and do an epic battle rule book page 35. This boss uses cards from enemy deck as it attacks. Did you see the Dread Pirate Roberts? You said there's another one on there. Let me see. Let me pull up. Sorry, let me duplicate this. And then we're gonna. You said there's another one on. It's called what? Epic Battle. Epic Battle in Scenario 2. Alright, I have some questions about the Epic Battle at the end of Scenario 2. On the Scenario card, it is written that the Herald uses the enemy deck as his attack cards. Which card does he use to count his damage from the Nyx die? Is it his own profile left side or the profile left side of the enemy card on the attack? The rules book says that in the epic battle, the Herald gets 2 Nyx dice. Can that number be increased by the number of players, mark tokens in the region, or black spells? And I had question 1 as well, another post. You draw from the enemy deck only for the symbols at the bottom. What? The ones the heroes have to overcome before they can damage the Herald. The max number of all dice is always 3. I know that. Preparing the Herald. For each Merc Rift on the map, a Merc token should be placed on the Herald card. The battle. A Herald attack gains 2 Nyx die, as you already mentioned, instead of 1. The Herald also adds 1 Merc token if it has any. So Herald has 2 die plus 1 auto success from the Merc token. Text on scenario cards can change, overwrite the rules. What? What the hell? Okay, so let's keep that. Wow, this is so interesting. All right, let me go back to my unofficial errata and see what happens. Tyrant has its damage printed on card. You use enemies just to cover attack symbols. What? I believe only 1 card from the same saga can be on the player board at the same time. What about Saga Feet? I have asked Dominic if he is okay with me creating a real document FAQ collecting everything that was answered here. Alright, Sebastian, I hope you have. The what? Okay. This is all epic battle scenario 2. What all this is. So we set him up like an epic battle. I'm not understanding how he fights like a herald. That doesn't make sense. That means he's just as strong as a herald. That's what doesn't make sense to me. He's not a final boss. He's not a herald. So why is he fighting like a herald? He's just a fleet commander. He's a tough boss that can be strengthened. But why is he fighting like a herald? That's what I don't get. As a boss, you face the Dread Fleet Tyrant, Page of Dawn 2D, as a special herald. He's not a herald. And do an epic battle. When people break thematic stuff, it drives me crazy. Sorry. This boss uses cards from enemy deck as its attack. Scenario book page 9. Scenario book page 9. Dreadfleet Tyrant during the epic battle uses cards from the enemy deck as its attack. Ow. Okay, so let's get the enemy deck. And one of these says what the attack cards are. The Herald attack cards are the ones with skulls on. Alright, that's the. So he's a Herald. So I'm gonna fight the same thing 10 billion times. Okay. So that's. I'll put those cards up top. So let's do this. These are the Herald attack cards that he's gonna use. He needs to be strengthened. So once again, he gets another. So he's 4 reds plus whatever that is. Okay. All right. Okay. So it says that during the epic battle, it uses cards from the enemy's attack as its attacks. I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out. All right. So for each hero taking part in the battle, the Herald must be strengthened with 1 card from the enemy deck. There's 1 hero, so 1 strengthened. For each Merc Rift on the map, a Merc token should be added to the Herald. Okay. So there is 1 Merc Rift. So he gets a Merc token. All right. For each incursion on the map, a Vigor Shield token should be added to the Herald. Is that the exact same for this? See, check this out. This is where it would get ridiculous. Look at this. This is why I said he's not a Herald. Why is this possible? So on his card, it says the Tyrant gains Vigor Shields for every incursion. And in the rulebook, it says, I'll move this to the side. For each incursion on the map, a Vigor Shield should be added to the Herald. So does that mean that this Herald gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 shields? Does that mean he gets 8 shields, 8 Vigor Shields? Or does that mean he just gets 4 and we're using what's on the card? What? This, anyway, this is the stuff that pisses me off. I'm sorry. The rules aren't right. It says it can be overridden by a card, but I don't know. The boss uses cards from the enemy deck as his attacks. In an epic battle, each hero has to successfully overcome challenges in form of a Herald attack card each round, and then contribute his unused runes and pierces to the challenge symbols of the boss Herald. I get that. That's fine. That's a boss fight. The Herald card, see picture, has only challenge symbols and text, special rules, but he has no hit and merc symbol effects for the next die. I would think so too, Greg. Otherwise, it's ridiculous. This is clear, but the Dread Fleet Tyrant has hit and merc effect symbols of the Nyx die. Which Nyx effects do I have to use from the Dread Fleet Tyrant or from the enemy cards, or both? I assume you use Nyx effects on the Dread Fleet Tyrant and use enemy cards only for the challenge symbols. Rando, this is a good question. I don't know if anybody's answered this. Anyone answer Rando's question? Well, good for you, Powell. Good for you. I finished every scenario and we have problems with Heralds even without taking damage from the main card, and plus all strength. I think Rando has a good question. This makes no sense. I don't freaking know. I'm gonna play this how I play it, and Dominic, you can clarify this. I'm gonna use what's on the card. I'm not giving him 8 shields. I think that's ridiculous for a solo play. So there are incursions. He's gonna get 1. Four of these. for the incursions, and for the Merc Rifts, he's going to get. So why does he get Merc? That's the thing. It's like, which one am I going with? Am I saying, am I using these rules? Because if I use these rules for each Merc Rift, he's going to get a Merc. And for each incursion, he's going to get a Vigor Shield. If I go with these rules. If I go with what's on his card. Yeah, thanks, Mike. If I go with what's on his card, then he doesn't get this Merc. So I'm just going to do that. Because. And I'm perfectly okay with saying I played this wrong only because the rules aren't clear on which one makes sense. Okay, so that's preparing the Herald. So he's going to use the attack cards, and then we just fight him to the death. Each time we draw one of these cards, we have to overcome that challenge, and any extras, and I keep pointing with this on. So basically, how this fight's going to go is I need to hit, to beat him, I need to hit him with 4 Vigor attacks after getting rid of these shields. But he's gonna, how this works is I don't fight him directly. The other stuff that happens, and he gets 2 Nyx die. The other stuff that happens, like any extra I have, is what hits him. I overcome his challenges. That's what I have to do. Alright, so basically we'll shuffle this up and we'll determine what the challenge is so you see what I'm talking about. And this is just we fight to the death. We fight to the death. If he wounds me at all, I lost the fight. Ugh. If we receive an injury, we're considered defeated. We also get a primal taint, but that's if I'm going in the scenario. I can declare defeat and move on to the next scenario. Heroes are victorious when all of the hero shields are removed and all difficulty symbols covered by the runes. A battle is fought over a series of rounds. Each round means resolving 1 herald attack card until defeating the herald or the failure of all heroes. A herald has its own attack deck, which is treated as a challenge deck. At the beginning of every round, each hero draws 1 face-down attack card. Herald gains 2 Nyx die instead of 1, and I'm reading this. The Herald also adds a Merc token if it has any. This token symbolizes a granted Merc result to be resolved and gets discarded after use. Next, the heroes resolve their attack cards in any order they decide. If the hero successfully resolves their attack, they can transfer unused runes and Pierce results directly to the Herald card. Pierce results transferred. Okay, so How about now? How about now? Is that better? Can you hear me now? OBS, man. So basically, let me re-say what that happened because I lost my audio. Thank you, Looktour. Is that this says ambush, turn into your dread form, turn back after this challenge is over. And I'm not using any of this here. I'm just using the. He will determine what happens to me if I roll those. He gets 2 Nyx die. Thanks. Thanks so much, yeah. 2 Nyx die. OBS crashed, and there was nothing I could do about it. Like, I didn't even know it crashed. I was like, why is this thing not going away when I try to hide it? Meanwhile, y'all were probably waiting for me. So this is my dread form. I spent the prime to get that red die that I could get a free reroll on. I can't use my feats, I can't use offerings, and I can't use trophies while I'm in this form. So I get 1 red die, then I paid for the 1 red die, then I get a free 1 red die from Leshi. I paid for the blue and that, and this is what I'm rolling for that challenge. That I'm gonna take. Okay, we got some stuff here. Let's see what we're gonna deal with. We're gonna deal with this here. So go here. I get this and the shield. Pour all this stuff out so I can get what I need. So that and a shield and that. This, I get this. No. No, no. Wait, really? Oh, he's nasty. Get it. I can get this or green. That's all I'm thinking of. And then I have this. So the Merc, I can block 1 if I get this. I think that's probably best. I'll get that, then that. Okay, so I could block 1 damage from the skull. So then there's a damage and a willpower hit coming. I'm going to take the axe damage. There's a willpower hit, which I'll spend on this, blocking that. Then the Merc, I can't use any feats, so I can't re-roll that. So it would hit me with a willpower damage, which I will take here. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3. And then I will transfer these 2 over to knock off these 2. So you've got. Alright. That one's done. And then after the challenge, I flip back. Okay! Next challenge. You cannot use allies. Son of a biscuit! And I need green, green, blue. So you get your 2. I can't use allies, so I have to switch out Leshi. Spending in blue. I'm gonna lose this fight. Getting that. I then spend 1 to get that. And a blue shield. Actually, no. 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 I'm not switching out. No. I just gotta deal with what I got. I'm not switching out. I just can't use him. It's whatever it is. If I die, I die. So I will get 2. I'll spend 1 to get this blue. And 1 to get this green. And that's all I could do. Oh. These. That came in. I get to reroll both of these. Okay. So I'm gonna spend this to reroll this. Gonna get hit. Boom. 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 And the Merc token boomed, and I lost. And I lost. Just like that. This needs to be fixed. This needs to be properly balanced for solo play. I can see this for multiplayer. I can see it for multiplayer, but solo play, there's no, like, that needs to be balanced. And I don't know if I played this right. It could be that I'm supposed to get hit with this and this. I don't know. And if that's the case, I would have lost immediately. I don't know. It doesn't really say in the rule set. $35, I think, was the epic battle. Next to here, see, like, that he rolls 2 next die. He's not a hero. Anyway, I lost. So what happens if I fail a challenge? That's the other thing. Like, if I fail a challenge, is it just over? No damage, no nothing? It's just a wasted turn? I assume so. Okay, so that's what it is. So fighting him solo is damn near impossible. First off, here's the thing that gets me. I love the idea. Anyway, I lost. And I'll say that I lost only because I didn't do a lot of exploration. It felt like I was on this massive time crunch. I only had 6 turns before, and I was on turn 4, dealing with a lot of stuff. So I didn't get a chance to do any of these, which it's because I'm trying to repel the invasion. Going through the different books was not bad. I would strongly recommend, though. Why is there 2 B's? Oh, this is the black page. I would strongly recommend that the word objective be added to these cards, because I was like, heroes cannot use harbors, then remove threat from all cradle and from all harbors. I understand people will disagree with me, but as I like pulled cards, the bottom told me what to do. If there's a watchtower built in every so this thing says this is key. This is what I'm talking about, how it threw me. Look at that first one. Build watchtowers in every Exus region. Right? And then this one was remove threat from all cradle regions on all the harbors. My request, if it's worth a damn, is to kind of reword these a little bit so there's, like, I had the worst set of ambiguity, which I'm sure people watching this next video is going to say, how could you not know that? Because this one says build watchtowers in every region, and the pages of Dawn are objectives. So, but I don't know why my brain went to, okay, move on to the next, do these things. Okay, then the bottom tells me what I need to do to move on. So maybe clarify it a little for people like me who don't, it didn't click first. Possibly. I would probably say do that. That's my first feedback on this specific scenario. My second this guy needs to be properly balanced for solo. And to me, and maybe people will disagree, he's not a herald. He's a Scorned legend. A Scorned legend, if you must know, is her, is him. These are in the deck for you to fight. Where's the other one? Is him, is him. So there are cards in this deck that are Scorned legend, that are tougher challenges, that has harder auras or ambush or shields or whatnot that you have to fight. This makes thematic sense because they're not heralds. He is not a herald. If we're walking people through the game to build up to a herald fight, to be honest, he should just be, I think, get rid of doing this herald action. He's not a herald. That should go away. However, this is awesome to fight him with, because then it turns into a battle of rounds against a Scorned legend. So now he has 4 shields. He has that shield. I gotta get through those to even remotely get to this to fight him, and he's doing battle here. I think fighting him alone is good enough. Maybe in 4-player people will be like, it's super easy. That's okay. It's okay, because he's scenario 2's boss. When you fight the herald, let the herald beat the crap out of people. Don't make him a herald. He's not. So that would be my feedback about this character. I think it, and it's not scaled for solo, because as soon as I do this, okay, I can't use allies. I'm playing solo. Automatically, that takes care of my red. Done. Can't roll red. Okay, cool. I need 2 greens and a blue. Awesome. Cool. So then I have to roll, and hopefully I roll well enough to do it, and any excess goes over. Do you know how long this battle is going to be? Even if I roll well, do you know how long this battle is going to be to fight this guy? I can't roll any red dice, so damn the shields. And let's say I roll crits on both for that next fight I had. Okay, immediately he rolls what he needs to kill me. I'm out. But before that, I have this. Maybe I can use one to block, but I fail the test if I do that, right? I can use this to block the Merc one, but I can't block the Skull one because I need both of those to deal with this. So therefore, I lose, right? So I don't think it's balanced. Get rid of this deck. Let this be what we fight the Dread Fleet Tyrant at. Give him the shields that he needs. Give him that stuff that he needs. And go from there. Also, clarify, I'd say clarify whether we're using this skulls for if we roll Skull or Merc. This, if we roll Skull or Merc, or both. If we use both, this is unplayable solo, because he's going to hit me for 1, 2, 3 will, 2 on a skull, and 2 vigor. And then he's going to hit me for 1, 2 instinct. And so he's going to hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4 will, 2 vigor, and 2 instinct if you use both. And I would just be dead. I'd be dead. So that's my thought on this. I think the game is still fun. I just think this needs tweaking. So if you are on, he's releasing the Kickstarter tomorrow. That doesn't mean the game's releasing tomorrow. So when you release, tweet this. This guy should not be a herald. He's not a herald. If he's strengthened, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with strengthened. I'm fine with shields. I'm fine with all that stuff. His card should override the preparation for the herald too, because it's unclear if the Merc Rift, he gets a Merc token for each Merc Rift, and he gets this for it, or if the card overrides. It's unclear. That's it. That's all I really have for it. I don't have too much else to go on that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything. This is a good scenario. It's just true solo play. I'm always in a rush. I will never touch these because I'm on a 6 cube time limit to get to this guy before I lose, and I was at 4 already with me rushing and losing and rolling terribly. So don't play the game. Best case scenario, worst case scenario, and then balance in between. Um, to be honest, if I were to play this again, I would house rule he would not get that deck. Period. I would house rule. I don't know. I think so. I think that's the only house rule I would change, and then just keep the Pages of Dawn as these are objectives. What we had to do. So if you scrub back and you see me saying, "Oh yeah, that's done," I caught it. I went back and I fixed this. And then this, it was just dealing with the battle and fighting him. Okay, that was fun. That was fun. That was fun. Anyway, I've been at this for a little while, so I need to cool out. But that's what that's what I see. Like, if I'm looking at the game and I see it's not thematic, it's gonna bug me because I'm like, he's not a herald. Why is he acting like a herald? He should just be a Scorned legend we have to fight that's strengthened, and that's just what it is. The third scenario, yeah, no problem. The third scenario, I gotta go back down to the table to see what the next scenario is. Before this thing freezes. Oh, did you freeze again? Froze again. I'm gonna tick. All right. Here we go. Go over there. And the third scenario, once again, it's Ughmor. Are we fighting Ughmor in the third scenario? Looks like we have a trial to go through to fight him. So we'll be playing this tomorrow anyway. We're playing this tomorrow. So I just kind of want to look over some of this. I'm going to ask some of the questions in the forum for before tomorrow so I can get some clarity on some of this stuff. But the only thing that needs to be changed with this is the Dread Tyrant shouldn't be a herald. Regardless of how the scenario ends, if the heroes complete the scenario goals, the scenario ends on its own once the last Blackstone. Dread Fleet Tyrant during the epic battle uses cards from the, this should be stricken from the record right here. And I don't think it should be an epic. I mean, if you give him 2 Nyx die, that's fine, but I don't think it should be enemy AI deck. Okay. Alright, cool. Cool. Anyway, that's it. We went through that. I will bring out a new hero tomorrow, and we'll play with a different hero. We'll go through scenario 3 and see what happens in this and as a solo scenario, so you can make a decision and see how this works for you. Yes, there's a lot of confusing things that need to be cleared up. There just is, but let's just endure and try to see. To me, I think it's still a fun game. That was just I will house rule that he is not a herald. But other than that, I say the rest of the game was fine. We were doing okay. The dice rolls were fun, and everything else was perfectly fine. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around for this. We'll look on the poll to see who's the next hero that the Patreons chose to fight against, and we will go from there. That's all I really have. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If I made any mistakes, I feel like I did a couple in this. So just point it out in the comments below and let me know, and I'll pin it. Say here's the errors I made. Pin it to the top so that others watching the video later can see it. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Dominic to get some clarification on this and ask the BGG forums, and then move on to the next scenario and see how it goes. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for scenario 3, and when the Kickstarter starts off, I'll pull it up so we can see what's available, and I can talk a little bit about that if you have any questions, and we can go from there. Until then, thanks so much for playing. Insert comment and slogan here. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.